Hey. It is time for another stream. As I said yesterday, I would do an extra stream of, you know. Oh, come on. There we go. Do an extra stream of, Dark Deity today. I was considering it yesterday, and I think, it makes sense. One, to, build up a backlog of VODs again, in case I end up actually getting sick next week, because I'm starting to feel like when I got up today I was like, uh-oh, I'm feeling something in the back of my throat. I might actually be getting sick, and my mom lost her voice when she got sick, so yeah, that'd be unfortunate. Can't catch a break right now. Anyway, yeah, we're just going to play Dark Deity, right? So let us go ahead and boot up the game. That means there's still gonna be a stream tomorrow. Dark Deity isn't gonna be a particularly, like, you know, as said before, won't be too long stream. Probably. Though I guess yesterday was comparable to the last few times I played this game, because I never did like a 4-hour stream. Oh, that's actually... There we go. Do this. And... the game. Load and continue. Units. He does keep this design somehow. I don't quite get why. Because I'm pretty sure that's a bug, but I really expected like me booting up the game again, new, would have fixed it, but I guess not. Interesting. Sophia and Caius. Sure. We do have to go through all the support. Well, do have to. It's an exaggeration, but we do want to go through all the supports again. So might as well. Is that supposed to be tisk tisk tisk? Or is it supposed to be like but like different, you know? I wonder. Let me just actually do this, because I didn't do that yet. There we go. Fantastic. And game back up front. Oh. That's great. Anyway, it was about having butter eat, right? Hello, Sophia. Oh, hi, Caius. Feeding your ferret? Trying to. He won't eat, and he hasn't eaten anything all day. I'm starting to get worried. What's that you're giving him? These little salted beefs, these little salted beef squares. He really loves them.
Hold on.
Huh. Does he know any tricks?
Yep.
Oh, lads. Ask him to do one, and try rewarding him with food. Alright, Butter, handstand. There you go. He's a good boy. Wow. And he's eating again, just like that.
Nice move.
Just like that. I didn't know that would work. Thanks for the follow. I used to have a pet of my own back in the day. Really? You never told me.
Huh?
Yep, a stray mutt. We wound up under the same awning one day, one rainy night, and, well, the rest was history. He used to do the same thing. Wouldn't eat unless I made him earn it.
Well,
Come to think of it, it's a wonder he survived the streets on his own for as long as he did. He may not have acted that way before. I think pets are like us in more ways than we admit. Haven't you ever enjoyed something more because it was a challenge you get? They could have. I think they should have had an question mark at the end of that sentence, huh? Yeah, but maybe they just didn't want to take your food in case you wanted to eat it. I wouldn't put it past him. He was a sweet dog. What was his name? Marcus. Lost him just before I enlisted, unfortunately. Still miss him.
Aw.
Aw, I'm sorry, Caius. That's hard. Oh well, he was an old dog. Lived a pretty good second half of his life for a stray too. Besides, I don't think I would have had the heart to leave him behind anyway, so I guess it all worked out in the end. Still, I'm not looking to put myself through that again anytime soon. Maybe I'll get my next dog when I'm 80. That way, in all likelihood, he'll outlive me.
Just wait till the next time you see a puppy. That'll change your mind.
Knowing me, it probably will. There we go. My conversations are pretty good. Orvin. Okay. I was over the right spot. I was like, that one's slightly bigger and I guess above the others, right? I wasn't sure. Okay, with Orima. I do enjoy these moments of respite. Without them, I'd hardly have a chance to pick up a pen. And with them, I hardly have a chance to catch my breath. Shall we resume where we left off last time? If you start by reminding me where that was. I believe you're about to recount your match with Hirasi, the Proud. Yes, a fitting epithet. He was the first highborn challenger I ever contended with, though he would not be the last. I still remember his entrance with such clarity. He could hardly tear his gaze from the crowds to face me. It would have been a short match if that was my wish, but I pitied him. I wanted to give him a show for his noble friends. I thought maybe then he could return with his dignity. But I was an ignorant fool. Every minute the match dragged on, and I evaded his blows. The crowd began to think I was taunting him, and his face grew twisted with humiliation. It became clear the only path to restore his pride would be to throw the match. I don't imagine you seriously considered that for long. No, never seriously. Once I realized I backed myself into a corner, I decided to put an end to it swiftly.
Brilliant.
Fascinating. You won't be surprised to know that the rumor mongers tell it differently. No, I'm not. I'm sure you've heard it was a vicious scrap. The closest Arima, the Senari, ever came to death. That I crippled his leg and disgraced my honor to rescue victory from the jaws of certain defeat. Not so poetically, but yes, I've heard something like that. Well, decide the truth for yourself. I will tell my part. I did strike him down with a blow to the leg, but he walked from that arena on his own 2 feet. Though I thought it strange when he did not join us at the baths that afternoon. A few days later, I heard the same rumor, which I'm sure made their way to you. That I shattered his foot with a desperate blow, that the healers had no choice but to sever his leg at the knee, that he would not walk again, let alone fight, as long as he lived.
How?
If the rumors were false, would the people of Oasis not have known so as soon as Hirasi made his next public appearance? The rumors were partially true. His leg was severed. Then you suspect he inflicted it upon himself. Man will go through great lengths for his pride. And I have seen greater lengths than that.
I must write that down.
By Quinter, I don't know what to say. It's just unbelievable enough to be true. A strange way of looking at it, but I suppose so. The only way of looking at it. Yes, this is a story indeed. Do me one favor, please, Corvin. If you do decide to publish this, be sure I'm nowhere near Oasis.
Certainly.
Valid. Well, your exile should help with that. Okay, better. Also good support. But not all supports are created equal. Okay, come on. Caius. Hey, you really seem to know what you're doing out there.
Glad someone thinks so.
Well, if you don't, you're sure fooling us.
I don't know. I just feel like I should know how to control my powers by now. But it's a process, I guess.
Always is. You think Arima became champion of Oasis overnight?
Sometimes that seems more likely.
Then you learning to control your powers? Psh, I'd say you're well on your way, Iris. If you hadn't told me, I never would have guessed that was an issue.
I appreciate you saying that, Caius.
You know, sometimes I feel the way that you do. Really. I think if everyone knew how much of my success was due to luck rather than skill, they'd lose all respect for me. All respect for me. Why are you laughing?
Because that's ridiculous. You shoot with the eye of a hawk, and you rush into dangerous places to keep others out of trouble. Yours have probably spared me more strikes than I can count.
Now see what you just did? You focused on my gifts and accomplishments, encouraged me to do the same. And worked. Helped me feel more confident. Now hopefully it won't get to my head. But all you need to do is believe the same thing yourself.
But it's different for me.
Is it?
Yes, it's always so much easier to see your own flaws.
That's true for all of us.
Only mine haven't changed. They're the same year after year.
Don't worry, you'll have new challenges ahead. If there's anything life can guarantee, it's that. That's true. I don't know if that's... Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know if that's that's encouraging though.
That's not exactly comforting.
Look, when you first discovered you were an adept, could you blast people with your abilities?
Not intentionally.
Relax.
And now you can, see? Just takes time, Aris. I guess what I'm trying to say is, be patient with yourself. It'll be worth it in the end.
If you say so.
Thanks, Caius. I'll try.
With Vesta as well. Okay.
Iris, I don't mean to presume, but if you blame yourself for a run-in with the elementals, you shouldn't. You may have an adept's gifts, but there are others in our group who share them. A fight like that was likely inevitable.
If you say so.
Thanks, I appreciate you saying that. Although, if it was my fault, it would not have been the first time. I see. Your powers must be very potent for attracting elementals. If attracting elementals is a regular occurrence. I guess so. I know so. You've demonstrated that in the ways you've generously lent your gifts to our efforts.
Oh no.
I'm not sure about that, but that is a nice compliment. Do you think you'll remain with us? I hope. Everyone's been nothing but kind. It all depends on Monroe, really. Ah yes, the noble heir of the Silver Garden. If I might speak freely, he seems like a piece of work. Of course. Of course you may speak freely. Not of course that he is. I know what you meant. If it's in any reassurance, you can speak freely with me. I'm the last person who would go whispering your secrets in the ear of your employer. I'm a priestess, remember. Counsel in confidence goes with the territory. Thanks, Vesta. That means a lot. Of course. I'm glad to have you with us, Iris. If you need anything at all, don't hesitate to let me know. Okay, I won't. Ah, I like how they're all encouraging her. Vesta with Elias. Nice. Blazes. Why is this so hard?
Careful.
Need a hand with that fire?
Oh, this is embarrassing. I promise, Elias, I'm not normally this incompetent.
Please, no need for all that. It's hardly an inconvenience. There.
Incredible. And you do that just by thinking?
Feeling, really.
I don't know that I'd ever get used to that.
Perhaps.
I wouldn't say that I have.
Really? You seem well in command on the battlefield.
That's kind of you to say.
Cart.
I wouldn't say it if I didn't believe
Sure
it.
thing.
I'm sure you wouldn't. Mind if I warm myself a bit? There's a chill about.
Be my guest. After all, it's your fire.
Alright. Oh boy, Sloan and Garrick, is that my first? No, that's not my first ace support. I think I got an achievement for my first ace support.
I can't believe you stood me up for a tea date, Garrick. That wasn't very gentlemanly of you.
Gods, I completely forgot.
No.
No, you didn't. You're just spending too much time with Sia to remember.
Guilty as charged, I guess.
I get it. She's fun and I'm intimidating. It's alright. I wasn't really looking for something anyway.
Phew, that's great to hear. Didn't want to hurt your feelings.
Hurt my feelings? Back this up for a second. I'm supposed to hurt your feelings, not the other way around.
Great.
What's that supposed to mean?
Oh, come on.
You're just a little heartbreaker, aren't you?
Joke.
I didn't even do anything.
You're trying to woo me.
I was just being funny. What does a tea date have to do with wooing? I've been on 100 tea dates.
As have I, all with the intent of wooing.
That sounds like a you problem. I just happen to really like tea. Oh, Garrick.
We both know that's a falsehood.
When did you learn so much about me then, huh?
I do my research. This is on you, Garrick, not me.
You were disinterested and you lost your chance. I'm sorry.
Guess I'll state the obvious.
I was not disinterested.
Are you sure?
Then maybe you should have acted interested.
Insufferable.
You know, it's probably for the best. I don't think they would have been a good match. Okay, Sia and Helena. Nice.
You have had marvelous hand-eye coordination, Sia. Gee, thanks. That's not a compliment gals like me normally get about their hands. Gals like you, I find this troubling.
Fun.
I'm just poking fun. You know as well as I do that fun poked is often very thinly veiled truth. I'm not sure I do. Then one day you might. Tell me, how would you describe gals like you?
See it now?
Barmaids, serving girls, gorgeous young country folk?
Aren't you clever?
And yet here we are, fighting for something greater than ourselves. You're no barmaid. Are you no longer a monk because he left the monastery? A monk and a barmaid are two different things. One is an occupation, the other is a state of being. That seems overly generous to your own point of view, don't you think? Being a barmaid consumes my daily routine and thoughts. Now, I don't have to do any serving. Now, I don't have to do any serving, and you don't have to do any monking. That doesn't mean I don't think about it, nor does it say the same for you. This is worth consideration. I must admit, the quality of your arguments make it increasingly difficult for me to agree. Shouldn't it be disagree? Agree with you. I think I must have some subconscious biases towards serving folk. Everyone does. You're a sweetheart. And I can tell there are 1,000 thoughts swirling up in that head at any given time. But only a servant girl knows a servant girl.
She's really nice. When she's not trying to play pranks on people, I guess.
I see.
Helena can also chat with Orima. Nice. Helena. Helena, if you'll humor me, I must ask. When you heard this call of yours, what was it
I
like?
don't understand.
Did you not hear Thurn speak to you yourself, as the legends say?
What do the legends say?
That you heard Thurn's voice as you wandered the sands of Aramor in your exile. As you wandered the lands of Aramor in your exile, and that you found it token of his favor.
Intriguing.
It's merely a story then.
It's true enough, I can say with relative confidence that therein is. Aware I hold his aspect. That is what the call of the gods, that is what the call of the gods was like then. A voice from beyond?
No.
Is that? Oh.
No, not from beyond, from within.
I see, like a thought that passes through the mind.
Not exactly. Something that was always there. Like a brook, just a stone's throw away from camp.
Hush.
While you speak and pitch tents, you may not hear it, though it may be ever present. But in the silence, if you search for it, you can hear the water passing over every stone.
Strange. It's difficult to fathom how it might have always been there. I don't imagine you knew of me through your entire childhood.
No, but facing you was more of a manifestation than the call itself.
And the call was to something higher, to adventure, to trial, to selfless battle for the sake of the vulnerable. Is that right?
That's right.
I believe so.
Honored.
I think I understand. Well, know this. It is a privilege to accompany you in this call, Helena.
The privilege is mine in receiving it. Neat. Ooh, Eliza Irving. Irving, when we entered that temple in the Weald, did you feel sick?
I felt stifled, as from the humid air, but there was something far more oppressive at the root of it. Yes, precisely. When that poison was released, I hardly noticed a change. I was already nauseous. I knew I couldn't have been the only one who felt it, but I had to be sure. What do you make of it? Well, the guide is the obvious source. Can you decipher anything about it?
Perhaps.
The closer I get to it, the stranger I feel. When I close my eyes around it, I think I see the features of a face. Though I can't be sure if I'm really seeing something, or it's just my imagination. What does the face look like? Ancient, but young at the same time. Its eyes are closed, but it seems to be speaking. Does it appear human? Elven? It's hard to say. Difficult to describe at all, really. I just see it. For all we know, it could really just be my imagination. It could be. I only hope our concerns about it stem from our imaginations.
Hold on.
They can't entirely. At least, that's not a hypothesis that can coexist with the warning your father gave us. No, you're right, but it's possible that the worst outcome has already been avoided. Let's hope that's the case. You have a gift for soul magic, Elias. So I've been told. That's a blessing that comes at a great price. I'm sure the gods will require it of you, time and again, before the day's done. Not gone. Oops. Then may I use it honorably, for the good of all. I trust that you will. And Alden learns from Marima. Your skills are much improved, Alden. Your form is excellent. Have you noticed any results?
I think so. I feel a lot more in control now.
Good. That is the mark of a skilled fighter.
Sometimes the bigger spells still get the best of me, though.
I wouldn't worry about that too much. You'll find that happen less as you practice and grow.
How'd you get to be such a great fighter anyway?
The arena.
I started young, like yourself. The arena was my family. The arena was all my family ever knew.
How old were you when you entered your first match?
Just 16.
Wow, that's only a couple years older than me.
Then you're well on your way to surpass my achievements.
That's hard to imagine. Samara and Corvin were talking about you. They said you never lost a drop of blood in the arena. Is that true?
I wish it were. That would have been a much more comfortable life. No, I'm afraid that's somewhat exaggerated. Though you'll find a story like that has its purposes.
I wonder if they'll tell stories about our adventures.
I'm sure someone will. Whether we are portrayed as heroes or troublemakers, that is yet to be determined.
By what?
By whether or not we win.
Well, you seem to be pretty good at that.
I appreciate the compliment, young sorcerer. I'll admit, your own spirit inspires me. I mean, he's not wrong. Arima's absolutely cracked. Such a powerful unit. I mean, Alden's also really good.
I'm glad to hear it. Thinking about it, what else have we spent all this time training for? I know we'll win in the end.
Indeed, with the help of the gods. That's the last support I had? Good. Let's see. I'm still... Did I upgrade anything of Ren's? Because I'm still not confident that he will stay. Or that he will get a place in the party, because... I think last map I didn't employ him because I just don't have the space and I need to bench someone again if I want to. I was tempted to use Ren, but... Deployment limitations are always kind of rough. Upgrades. Maybe I can just... Upgrades. Let me continue. Oh, this one requires tier 4 token. I was gonna say, let me just continue maxing her out first. Upgrades. Let's see. Someone that could use a little help. Maybe someone like Iris. Accuracy weaponry. Does anyone else need help? I mean, I know someone who definitely needs some help now that I think about it. Sarah's not that strong. Okay. Makes sense that because I've mostly upgraded her, probably, yeah, initially weakest weapon. This one puts it to 5. Ooh, wait. 1 more tier 3 token and goes all the way up to 9? Okay, wait. That's gonna be a huge upgrade for her. Shop. That's worth buying a tier 3 token for. Upgrade. That's gonna be a huge boost for her. There we go. Wonderful, wonderful. 2 token. Let's see, do you have any upgrades? You do. I upgraded one of your weapons primarily. Stun usually doesn't have any accuracy issues in the first place, so there's not much reason to. Vesta, tier 2. Let's see if I can find any good use for my tier 1 tokens. I mean, there's no downside to keep saving them a little bit. I guess Lincoln can get a nice upgrade. There we go. But saving them in case I get new party members, then I don't need to buy any tier 1 tokens. So I guess I will leave it at that. And we advance. Raid waves, that was a close call. Too close. The old humpback's not cut out for this. I thought our guide was supposed to be helpful. I admit I may have miscalculated my estimation of the competence of our captain. There we go. Thank you. Thank you. Now wait a minute. Does that mean you wanted us to shipwreck? Or does that mean you expected him to be as competent as he was, not needing the help? It could be either. Hold on, I see something up ahead. That must be it. Stop the ship. Lower the sails. Aye, aye, Captain. Heh, I've always wanted to say that. Look at that thing. It's massive. Is this the temple we seek? Yes. You do well to drop anchor here before the ship gets too close. I'll drop my anchor where I please, thank you very much. Drop the anchor, quickly. If this is it, what now? I've brought you here, have I not? I cannot take the trial for you. So, then the trial has already begun. Can you tell me nothing of it? Since you insist, I will share with you only what was once shared with me. The trial of the soul is comprised of 3 parts. A test of mind, body, and spirit. The test of body is a fight unlike anything you've experienced yet. The only other enemies you'll face are the ones you take with you.
What?
Oh, it's one of those mirror battles. Interesting. The enemies we take with us. I've said what I will. Well, no point in stopping now, Orvin. Come on, let's hop in the dinghies and have a look. Phew. I've been around a whole perimeter, not so much as a crevice, let alone any kind of entrance. Strange. Benji, any luck with your strategy?
Smash!
No. No matter how hard I smash, those walls won't budge. I'll take that as a hard no. It's writing. Huh? The holes in the walls, if you connect them, they form letters. Now how do you figure that one? The walls of our monastery had similar markings. Brilliant, yes. She's right. They do form letters. Characters in pre-Calamity Elvish, to be precise. Sun Elvish, probably. Actually, the elves shared a common language before the Calamity, though it's hard to imagine now. It's quite different from our own tongues, but I should be able to translate. Just a moment. Why am I lucky you guys are here, because I would have never figured that one out. I think it's a riddle of some kind. What does it say? Power is a seed. To yield a fruitful harvest, it must be... Then it trails off. There's no punctuation, so the latter part must be missing. You go ahead and analyze that punctuation, Corbin. Let the real brains of the group think about the solutions.
Presumably it rhymes in its completed form. In ancient Elvish, of course. I can translate different words to see if the ending letters match. A seed. Planted? Watered? Far too simple. Perhaps soaked or germinated. No, I don't think any of those words would have sounded similar. Well, let's think. What's on a farm? A shovel, cows, farmers, a field? Genius.
You're really something.
There are farmers on a farm, yes. A truly remarkable insight, Sophia.
Thanks.
A field. The letters at the end match exactly with the word for harvest. Though another should have come before it. Huh, not bad.
So on a field? They're on a field? What do you have you scholar types here for anyway? Go on, do your thing.
No, those words are too short. Wouldn't fit the meter.
You've done well.
Scattered afield.
Let me see. Let me see. Why, yes, the meter fits perfectly. That's it.
So now what? What do we say? What does it say?
Well, I've never actually tried to speak the language. Oh, what would we say? Is it we have to say it or something? Well, I've never actually tried to speak the language. Come to think of it, I don't think I've ever even heard anyone speak it. I wouldn't know where to begin. Irving, take me closer to the walls. All right. Galara Uhatar. The only enemies are the ones you bring with you. Is the idea of a joke? I don't think I like how I'm looking at me.
You think we can make friends with them? I think that's the last thing they want. Worth a shot, though.
We don't want to fight. You need not express your wants in this place. We have read your soul. You must fight, and so you will. Can't say that this isn't creepy. There's no reason to delay. Time is not on your side. This much weighs heavily on your souls. Right. Looks like we have no choice. I'll leave it to you to keep pushing forward, even in ghost form. Garrick, son of Galen, you're stronger than you allow yourself to know.
Marin, the voice of comfort. In all your efforts, you have always been enough. Alden, hero before your time. You need not try to measure up, for you already do.
Irving, bound by blood. Your conviction will hold you steady when you fear to break. Such resolve has not touched this place in millennium. The challenge is cast onwards to your fate. But I choose my units, right? Right? It's not those four versus those four. Okay. Let's start again. Select everyone and start selecting them from lowest level to the highest of the units that I'm intending to bring with me. Wait, I stopped bringing her, unfortunately. I dropped Corvin. I don't know if let's start by selecting everyone else. Because I think... Yeah, that's 14. So if I leave Ren out of it... Maybe I should just drop his blessing as well. This also this last one. Dodging heals 5 HP. Oh, interesting. Inventory. Let's ditch the inventory of everyone that is not deployed. Convoy. 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 Might as well. I hope this game doesn't have any of those maps where you need to bring units you normally don't. Okay, let's see. Warden's Order. That increases by 50% of each weapon's stat. Oh, actually... I probably should upgrade all his weapons in that case, right? I already have 2 of them pretty good. Or decent, at least. But that, using this one, I should, unless I want to inventory, change his blessing. Let's check again, what do we have in the convoy for blessings? Let's see. Nearby enemies deal 50% less magic damage. Enemies are much more likely to attack the holder. Kills grant 2% power for the rest of the chapter. Advanced stat increased by 10%. Max HP. I know who should receive this one. Convoy. Put this one away. There we go. Trade. Fantastic. Dodge increased by 30% of strength. If doubling, second attack deals extra damage. Counterattack damage increased by 25%. That's good on her. Magic resistance. That's not... Like, I gave this to him, but I don't think he needs that. It's also very specific. This one would be really good on him, probably. This one sounds good. This one's accuracy. Yeah, I think I'll keep this on him. Is there a chance for extra damage? This one's not that amazing, is it? I mean, it is pretty fun, so let's keep it on him. Because he is my crit build. Convoy. There's not really any reason for him to keep this, so... I guess. Okay. Actually, no, I kind of like having good accuracy on Irving. And his mastery is not terrible, right? Like, that's why I gave it to him, because he has pretty high mastery as far as my units go. Pretty much, yeah. It's gonna be one hell of a battle. But it's gonna be good XP, so... Start. The Temple of Kolei Sumash has offered shadow selves as trials to defeat them. As a trial to defeat them. The positions are not adjusted based on mine. Left side is... Let's see. Your defense is bad. Your res is bad. You're middling. Realistically, I would love her to take on those 4. I think she's probably one of the better choices to just take on all 4 of them.
Chop chop!
Maybe even distract them. Okay, Together. Position him to safety afterwards, so, ideally you bait her, because you're pretty powerful.
Together.
Push you.
Hope you don't mind.
Am I needed?
Face you away.
This will be quick.
Let's see. Archer's on the back, that's good. Can I...
Have fun! I am here.
Okay. This seems like a good spot to put her at. And we
Move some more units towards the center. Let's actually have everyone marked. I don't know if I have everyone marked. Good.
Oh, all right.
No, I should. Who's my highest accuracy unit, I wonder? Sometimes it's probably best for them to face
Awaiting
themselves,
orders.
but... Oh, no, 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 no.
Awaiting orders.
Okay,
Let's get going.
Leave it to me.
okay. Let's see what happens. Ooh, wow, he deals more damage than I anticipated.
Strike true.
Oh, but she just crits. Okay. This would have been much worse otherwise. Maybe I should have put it in there. I expected her super high stats to be doing her a great favor, but honestly, I don't think they do. I might have overestimated her a little bit based off of all the enemies, but my units are not that weak. Oh yeah, rip.
The sun sets on
No, 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 I'm resetting for that. Gotta replan that. Load game. Yes. Okay, okay. Map prep. I can change positions though. I'm just not gonna go into that many people's ranges this time around. Maybe have her be rallied as well. And who would be great to aid them? I mean, a healer would be nice, so I guess I'll keep Vesta around because I think she's a bit bulkier at least. Arima, we need killing power on the left side. Okay. Save. Start. Okay, it's still the same units on the left side, but that's good. Okay. Good. I think,
onward.
haste.
Off you go.
Taking this tile seems reasonable. Gotta reposition you.
I like you better over there.
I hope the haste still works on enemy phase. Because this way her defense is crazy. This way her defense is crazy good. Okay, good. I want to mark everyone's ranges. It's pretty clear. These tiles are the max range.
Let's
Alden,
do it.
you're gonna be the bait this time around.
This should be fun.
Haste someone
Chop,
else. Haste someone
Make
else.
haste.
Okay. Okay, okay. Squad up. You go a bit more centered, so you could go to either team if need be. Arima, you're gonna fall back 2 tiles. That seems like a good start. As long as he doesn't crit, we should be fine. Okay. Unfortunately, we didn't hit this time, but okay. Her critting is fine. And we hit, okay. Us not dealing that much damage to Irving is not great, but... Okay. That should maybe not quite take care of her. Yeah, no crit. Not quite taking care of her, but it was a good start. Unfortunately, everyone seems to be moving, so... If I unmark these 4. I'm leaving some people in range. Okay.
Whose range is it? Is it specifically yours? No. Is it yours as well? No. Means it's these two's range. Okay. If I stay in this position... I do believe we can take those. Sloan is a bit scarier, but we'll manage. Okay. Orima, can you delete Irving? Because that would be really, really helpful, actually. We need to heal.
Draw near to the light.
Sloan. I know Irving is pretty frail towards magic, at least, so that's a good thing. Can you finish Irving? If we hit. Good. Good.
On the move.
We can kill her. That'd be great. This is a bit risky, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Good dodge.
No hard feelings.
Alright. Kai is gonna need to distract some of them. But he's a dodge tank.
Will be done.
The odds are in our favor. I really wish we didn't have you around right now. Even putting Orima to shame. Does not help.
This should be fun.
You have chain, right? Is there any way we can make it so that you don't double Orima? No.
Honored.
If I had a range 2 chain, I could at least chain him down.
Thought you'd never ask.
I don't need to worry this much about anyone here but Orima, so if I can get rid of Orima, that'd be great. If I could at least have someone that can easily survive Orima, which is not her, that's for sure. Who has the best for... Oh, probably you, right? That kind of sucks. The center's not that scary.
Honored.
Can we hit? Orima, please. Yes. Okay, at least one less unit to worry about. I wish I could get rid of Alden over there, because Alden has the potential to just kill one of my units outright. But I don't think I will have that chance.
I'm on it. I'm on it.
I don't like this, but I think that's the
Nowhere
best
to
thing I
run.
can do. Just chain him down.
Let's do it.
Have fun.
Can reach Alden. Is this a good idea? The accuracies of yours are god-awful, so no, that is not a good idea. If only I could guarantee a hit and a crit. Well, even a crit is not enough. That's so scary.
This should be fun. Chop chop.
Can we have you finish her off, maybe? Oh, that's so scary. Okay. At least I mean, we do have one spellcaster left, but she's not that fast, at least.
True speed 5 is horrible. Alden. Okay. Can we defeat her still? Yes, we can. This is a bit risky, but it's not insane damage on him. And he is pretty bulky on the physical side. So as long as we're avoiding Arima. This guy's also kind of scary though. Disarm.
You dropped something.
Now he's much less scary.
I'd be honored. This will be quick.
How much damage do you do to Arima? Oh, you can avoid getting doubled. Huh.
Awaiting orders.
Let's put you there like this then. Oh, Garrick. Don't you dare crit. Don't you dare crit, enemy Garrick. Whew. Even missed. Much better. Okay, they divide their actions. Okay, I think I'm fine then. This would have been so scary if they focused down one unit, but they didn't. They did not, which is a blessing. Ow. That's bad. That's really bad. Pretty sure there's still some of them left to act. Come on, level up, Helena. Get something that saves you.
Is the shadow cast.
No.
Be strong, friends.
Okay, it's fortitude by 1. That's okay, because that's his worst stat anyway. I can live with this. I can very much live with that. Getting out of this without taking any damage in the first place was not very likely. I guess if I just sent in Caius and no one else, maybe. Or if I had like low man deployed, but I want the XP. I want as much XP for my units as possible, so...
I'm a long way from home.
Let's go, Caius. Okay,
Here to help.
disarm.
You dropped something.
This should be fun.
This is a risky play. Missed. Well, was a try. It was worth a shot.
Are you sure?
Attack her, I guess. Should I focus on one that can actually get places? She's not that scary as an enemy.
How can I assist?
We need
How
her
can
for
I
heals.
assist? Draw near to the light.
Rima? Okay. Accuracy. Okay, I can't kill with this one. That's a bit unfortunate.
I am here.
You can, right? Also not. Oh, that's rough. There's not even any way to... The only disarm unit that is deployed up there is Zia. Shoot. Wait. Oh, he also hastes. He doesn't disarm. But can he... He doesn't double. Oh, he crits.
Such an easy target.
Oh my god. That was so important, Caius. Thank you. Okay,
It is willed.
Take him out. Rip Garrick. Clone. Level up.
It's all falling into place.
Good job, Sloan. How much damage can we deal? Barely any. We're almost better off just tasting someone. But it's not like she can reach many
Onward.
targets.
I am here.
She's fine. Helena's fine. Even in range of 3 enemies, she's fine. I'm sure. Or in range of 2, because I'm sure... Can you take out Helena? We could try. But I think the most reasonable choice is just to get rid of... Yeah. Just get rid of him. Goodbye, Lincoln. Cologne. Good, good, good. If I'm lucky, I can bait the archer. Orima absolutely destroys us. That's not great. We can chain down 2 people. How do we fare against these 2? 20 times 2? 2 times 2. %, accuracy either way. Can't avoid the times 2.
Here to help.
But same goes for him, right? If I... Yeah, I'm super toast if I try that.
Awaiting orders.
Probably. Shoot.
I'd be honored.
Oh, okay. This might not be a good idea, but I'm gonna try anyway. Sarah? Maybe the 2 of you together can win?
I won't hold back.
Instead of freezing someone in place. Okay, okay.
I know I can be strong.
Okay, it's still far from over, but chain.
Nowhere to run.
Let's see.
Awaiting orders.
Just keeping them away from him, I think it makes more sense. Actually, he can also be... How do we fare against you? 16 damage. But if I go next to him to heal him... I don't like that they can all gang up on him.
Awaiting orders.
I do feel like Orima's gonna attack him anyway, though. And at least I can get some crit rates if I don't. So... His movement is... 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He can still reach, even if I force him around.
Right away. Awaiting orders.
Oh. I think that's what I'm gonna try. Even if it's not amazing, please attack someone else. Okay, you're attacking her. She will die, unfortunately, unless she kills right away. But she doesn't, because the second attack deals more damage. So she's toast. Oh no, she's not. Wait,
The skill didn't proc. You don't have the skills? But now she's dead. Okay.
I failed my people.
Speed -2. That's a shame.
No hard feelings.
I'll think about this. I'll think about this if I want to reset. I can probably do better, right? Oh, load game. Start.
Leave it to me.
Haste.
Off you go. Let's do it. Have fun.
Can we do something about Arima, maybe? Significantly in our favor, honestly.
On the move.
We can delete someone right away, though, so I think that's better. And if we're lucky, we get a level up. That can still give us, like, we'll get a level up on enemy phase. That'll give us +1 strength, and we can take care of Arima with him afterwards.
Honored.
As sad as it is, but it was actually somewhat logical to just leave him here in range of some of them and have him just take them out.
Thought you'd never ask. Chop chop.
This will be quick.
Hope you don't mind.
I am here.
Wait. Pretty sure
Oh, all right.
no one left to
I like
haste,
you better
unfortunately.
over there. I guess.
You should have pretty decent odds against him, right? Yeah.
What will it be?
So I'm gonna keep you here. That way, unless he attacks from above, which he probably will, I guess. Wait, do they actually not have the skills? They do not have the skills. That's what it was. Oh, and they only have the weapon equipped initially? Wait. Could intentionally equip the worst weapon at all time. Okay, I understand. So if I have to retry this,
Awaiting orders.
I now know what I want to do. Anyway, end turn.
Whatever you need.
Enemy phase. Okay, you're willingly stepping there because
This one's on the house.
that skill isn't around. So Garrick is significantly worse as an enemy than as a player. Good to know. Good. Yep, he's getting XP for approaching level. Yeah, we're also significantly better like this. Kaya is doing so much more as a player. And we got the
With every
strength.
shot, progress.
We got the skill. The strength, I mean. So now he should be able to one-shot Arima. That's good. Just having them take care of the initial threats.
Let's get going.
Yep. Seems good to me. Dodge.
Are you sure?
I didn't mean to confirm. I would have switched spells probably, or something. Maybe something would have killed. Anyway. I feel like is going to be some sort of satisfaction for Garrick here.
Would hate to be you right now.
There you go. Good dodge. Good dodge, good dodge. I would have hurt.
Right between the eyes.
Not that Garrick hates Lincoln, but you know,
Proudly
I don't think he
meeting
likes him that much either. Ah, that's a bit unfortunate level up. I think the other way around would have been much more of a satisfaction thing, actually. You can crit one of these. If we don't miss both of these.
It will be done.
Okay,
Right away.
gotta do something about Alden. I think the simplest start is to just disarm.
You dropped something.
Significantly
It
weaken.
will be done.
Yes, good. Does this increase our hit rates? It does not. So I'm gonna need someone with good hit rates. Also someone that can maybe chain instead.
This will be quick.
Ouch. I don't like this one bit, but okay. Chain.
Nowhere to run.
Slan,
Oh, all right.
if we can get rid of him. Good start. Dodged. Shoot. That's not good. That's not good. There we go. Unfortunately, he doesn't have great accuracy. Dang it.
Onward.
Okay. Got Garrick out of the way.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, she would have great accuracies against him.
It is willed.
If I could get at least one of these guys out of the way. Even if it's just her.
Strike true.
Alright, right. Thank you for the help, Helena. We might pull it off yet. We're not. We're not gonna.
Whatever you need.
Shoot. Okay, well, that sucks. How do we... Sure. And we missed one of them. Okay.
It's a shame. You're so cute.
At least the other one was a crit. Reduce the amount of enemies ever so slightly. Good dodge, good dodge. Interesting. See, you're getting doubled. Was not on among my expectations. Okay, you attack Sloan. That's actually really good. That's kind of who I was hoping you would attack. And she levels up from this.
It's all falling into place.
Bit unfortunate that we don't get the speed level up this time around. Again, and how many people's ranges are you?
I chose this path.
No one else, I think. So that's nice. And I like everyone moving to the right. That's pretty good for us. Okay. Oh yeah, you're toast. Attacking Alden is not exactly clever.
I'm a long way from home.
Let's go. Could probably... I want to see how much XP I can funnel into him. By just having him continuously dodge. For a little bit. Heal.
Do not lose hope.
Heal.
Do not lose hope.
Okay, again, chain him
Nowhere
down.
to run.
Disarm.
You dropped something.
Go here. Can't believe even with the accuracy boost, it's so weak. Okay, How much do you do to
Together.
Alden? You're pretty fast. You're not fast enough.
Together.
Oh, you can get pretty good accuracies and make his accuracy pretty terrible, actually.
Leave it to me. Off you go.
This doesn't affect magic damage, does it? No, it does not.
I'll take point.
You go there. Soften him up a bit. Good, good. Then
Oh, all right.
Sloan. Easy kills.
This should be fun.
It's absolutely absurd. This guy's so dodgy. Oh no. He's changing place, so it's only those 3 target options, so I guess I will just...
Chop chop.
move you aside. Push.
Hope you don't mind.
This will be
Thanks.
quick.
They're all gonna keep attacking him, right? Because why would they not? There's no reason for them not to. Nice. 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 Good. She's got good accuracy, right? Kind of. Could chance it? I think I chance it. Wait, we still need to deal with him. Jane,
Nowhere to run.
I guess.
disarm.
You dropped something.
There we go. Close enough.
Right away.
Heal up.
I am here.
Push
Be
him back
swift.
out of range. Heal him up. Good. Haste, I guess.
Chop chop.
Whoop someone around.
Have fun.
Whoop someone around.
This will be quick.
Onward.
Haste.
Off you go.
I'll take point.
Push.
Hope you don't mind.
End. Turn. Just a little bit concerned over there, because it could go wrong. Probably won't. It's like 5 healing per miss against them. Yep. Very good. He's almost back to full.
On the move.
There we go. He's looking great again. Disarm
with
first,
me.
please.
You dropped something. Fine by me.
The expected
I'm on it.
situation.
Nowhere to run.
Have fun.
Haste.
Chop chop.
This will be
Face.
quick.
Hope you don't
Shove.
mind.
Heal.
Draw near to the
Awaiting
light.
orders.
Heal. Level up for him as well. Nice, nice.
My
Ooh.
course is steady.
Not a perfect level up, but you know,
I
it's
am
fine.
here. Be swift.
Haste.
Off you go.
Try attacking again. One of these times, there we go. I was gonna say one of these times we're gonna hit. And turn. Thanks for the 1-man distraction, army. I'm tempted to just keep this going until he reaches level 20, you know? Because he's at level 30. Because he is 29 now.
With every shot, progress.
He's 1 level away from promotion, and that's so tempting. Disarm.
You dropped something.
Chain.
Nowhere to run.
Actually, wait. Chain for some
You're
free
not
XP for
going
you.
anywhere.
Move Arima. Haste.
Chop chop!
Push.
Hope you don't mind.
I'd be honored.
Faced
This will be
away.
quick.
My shield is yours. Do
Heal.
not lose hope.
Heal.
We need you in this fight.
Be
Push.
swift.
Phase
Have
across, I
fun.
guess. Oh, dang it. I did the wrong order. She's not getting XP. Missed. I'm getting less XP if I do attack, so 2 XP, 2 XP, 4 XP. Disarm,
You dropped something.
chain,
Nowhere to run.
chain,
You're not going anywhere.
push,
Hope you don't mind.
face,
This will be quick.
haste,
Off you go.
face.
Have fun.
Level for him as well. Okay, for Alden.
I've got a lot to learn.
Nice, nice, nice.
How can I assist?
Heal.
Effort duly rewarded.
Very nice, very nice. HP is no longer full, so heal,
We need you in this fight.
push,
Swift.
Oh, all right.
haste,
Chop chop!
Oh, all right.
attack. She did it! Woo! Good job, Sloan. Jeez.
It's all falling into place.
Oh, scary. Also not speed level up, unfortunate. And turn. Slowly heating him up. Is there any weapon I can use that cannot kill Sloan? No, they absolutely all do. I might as well use the lowest accuracy because I don't want to, like, just stall this for no reason at all.
We need you in this fight.
Stay
Heal.
sharp.
Be
Push.
swift.
There we go. Level up again.
Grown is the shadow cast.
Defense and res are the same again. Let's go.
Leave it to me.
Haste.
Off you go.
Push. Oh, push.
Hope you don't mind.
This will be
Reposition.
quick. Let's do it.
Reposition.
Have fun.
Haste.
Chop chop!
All yours. I
Position.
like you better over there.
And turn. Okay, how are we looking XP wise? Not particularly amazing.
I guess.
Move aside. Phase.
I like you better over there.
Haste.
Chop chop!
Leave it to me.
Haste, sure or not.
Off you go.
Phase.
This will be quick.
Have fun.
Push.
Hope you don't mind.
Heal.
Draw near to the light.
Heal. Push, because why not?
Be swift.
Whatever you need.
Can you do something about this? No. I mean, maybe. Oh, you actually hit. That's a shock.
I know I can be strong.
Okay, I mean, Mastery was nice.
Let's get going.
1 XP. Yay, stage clear. Woo! That was
Not bad for a street rat.
certainly, a battle, holy moly. Well, that was unexpected. Perhaps it should not have been. I understand the warning now. A lot of good that does. Regardless, we did it. Now I'm no arithmetician, but 2 parts down means there's 1 more to go. And I doubt that giant door is here by accident. Let's check it out.
Wait. What is it? Only one should enter the inner sanctum, alone with myself. Of course, the trial was originally designed to be faced one at a time. And who do you propose it should be? That is not for me to decide. Why is the music so loud? Why is the music so loud? What? That's not how loud the music was before. Oh boy. I hope my voice is not being drowned out at all.
I don't like the idea of splitting up.
Well, if we have to, we should call a vote and decide who goes.
Irving, I don't think we need to call a vote.
Very well, then it should be Vesta. Omav, your organizations know more of these affairs than the rest of us combined.
I'm not so sure that's true, Irving. And even if it were, I'm not sure that would help.
Alright, then who else?
I think most of us feel it should be you.
Really?
I'm not sure that makes sense. That's more like it. The entire game they've been like, I think Irving should be the one to, you know, Irving should be the guy. Irving should be the leader of us all. And I'm like, the game never gave any reason why it should be. Like it should, at first it should have been Lincoln, and it kind of was. Then it should have been the royals from the other country, the green-haired ladies. Then it kind of was, and until it wasn't, and it was Irving again. And I think between it also kind of was like Irving making the calls instead of like Lincoln. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway.
One roundabout way or another, all of us ended up together because of you.
Besides, it was your father's idea to send us here. His faith in you was what convinced him to continue to trust us with the aspects in the first place. Yeah, I mean, at that point it kind of started making sense, but before then, not really.
It seems to me you give us our best chance. Does anyone object?
Well, what do you know?
There's your vote. It seems your friend have made the choice, Irving. Alright, so they have. Wish me luck.
You won't need it. Yeah, this music's a lot more quiet again. Look, his hair's black in this image. Like it should be at the story point. I had to sneeze, so I stretched afterwards. I wish I could like disable the chat box, but I don't know which button that would be. And I don't want to accidentally skip anything. But if I could see if his outfit actually did get darker with the recolor. A bright flame illuminates the wall. Oh, wait, isn't this guide? Wouldn't this be guide? A bright flame illuminates the walls of the sanctum. It has lain in darkness for many years. Oh, wait, that was not. To see these walls again stirs something in me. Oh, okay. Silence, Anchored One. Silence, Anchored One. I know why you have come. It is not you with whom I wish to speak. Tell me, bright flame, what brings you to this place? Who asks this? A guest enters my home and asks that I make an account of myself. I'm Koeli Sumash, once revered in this place where now my Terrasalian aspect rests. The god of the soul. I see you're acquainted with my domain. Now I'd ask to know more of you. Forgive my brashness, mighty Koeli Sumash. My name is Irving. It is pleasant to know what you are called, but the soul speaks more of a man than his name. That may be. I was sent here on behalf of the Order of Eternals. We hope to protect the aspects from one who would use them for ill. Yes, such faith the Order has in its cause and its agents. I hope it's not misplaced.
As do I. I was informed that if I passed your trial, I might receive something that would aid us in our quest. Supplies, or perhaps a weapon of some kind.
Indeed you might. Tell me, who are these who stand so nervously beyond the threshold?
They are soldiers, I suppose. Great fighters from many corners of Terra, following the plots of this nefarious aspect thief. Following the plot of this nefarious aspect thief has become our only common purpose.
I see. They are each of them quite powerful.
Yes. It's true. Each brings something unique to the whole.
What if you learned that I could grant all of these powers to you?
I'm afraid I don't understand what you mean.
No longer would the mighty Irving, heir to House Sildarane, fight to win the approval of his own troops, coordinate their movements, or inspire them to courage. His will would be indomitable, subsumed by all who look upon him with admiration in their hearts.
At what cost?
What you ask is wise. A fine boon comes at a fine price, such a transference of power would cost them their mortal souls.
I wouldn't think of it.
And if it was the only way to prevent the disaster you fear?
Still, I couldn't. Besides, I don't see how that would be the case. They've become so much of why I want to stop this necromancer in the first place. They're my friends.
Why, you should have said so. You call them soldiers, if you remember.
Perhaps I was wrong to.
To err is mortal, but acknowledge this and grow, that is divine. These friends of yours, how do you lead them? By love? Fear? The promise of gold?
Trust, I think. Though if I'm being honest, I'm not sure I understand it.
Their loyalty humbles you.
I guess I'm just not as convinced that, as they are, that I know what's right. Or that I will always will.
They need not believe you are right, nor need you be right.
Your thoughts?
Search for justice, as one I've seen before, but justice does not reside in the mind. A sandglass may tell the time, but not the weather.
Be that as it may, I fear our time is in short supply.
Ah, but you have yet to present me your gift.
Gift?
Yes, the stone which has guided you to me. It has traveled many leagues and years to come rest in this place. Set it on my altar. You have my thanks, bright flame.
Storage received. A trove of eternal aspects. Oh, new ones. A bunch.
The members of your order entrusted these to me have passed from this world long ago. Now it seems they are safest and most useful with you.
But what of the third trial? I was told there would be 3.
All 3 trials you have passed, bright flame, and with a sincerity such as I have never seen. Which is why I entrust you, too, with my own aspect. Now go and leave me with this troubled one. There are stirrings in Australis I could use his bleak thoughts on.
At last, Irving.
At last, Irving. These aspects may aid you,
but they cannot save you or your friends. Only you can do that.
Such wisdom! And how many empires rose and fell while you thought up these words.
I've discovered much in my solitude, Quelly.
Then we have much to discuss. Farewell, bright flame, and take courage in your quest. Continue your search for righteousness, as if Terracell itself depended on it. Perhaps it does. Yes, perhaps it does.
Who? Who's that on the left? I'm sorry, what? Conversing with a god. I can hardly believe it. That's the stuff of fairy legends.
Take heart.
Well, I believe what I see, and I'm looking at more aspects than I ever knew existed in one place.
Definitely.
Epic.
It's going to take some time to figure out what each of these are capable of.
thing.
Well, we got no shortage of that. It'll be a while before we can make a landfall of it on Edlin, and that's assuming we can get out of these mists without a guide.
Did you really have to leave it behind?
Yes, it seemed Quelly Samash had some purpose for it. What that might be, I couldn't say. Honestly, I can't say I'm too mad about it. That guy was making me nervous anyway. Exactly. I think I might have to agree. Wait a minute. How did you get here? On the ship? And just how exactly did you sneak onto my ship? In one of your barrels. You don't exactly have the strictest security detail. You're free riding rat. I should have thrown you overboard.
Jeez.
I should have you thrown overboard. Okay, Captain Tough. Maybe you actually shipped any. If you actually shipped any goods, I wouldn't have had so much free real estate to choose from.
Look, kid.
Why, you little. I think maybe we should leave these two to settle this themselves. Right, we encountered a random person. Mirrors. Sure, let's save. Hey, good to be out of the mist, isn't it? Definitely. The clear skies seem to have forward on the mum a little bit, which I think everyone's appreciating. How are you holding up? Well enough, all things considered. That's good to hear. You've been through a lot these past few weeks. More than I signed up for when I arrived at the academy, that's for sure. But that's always how it is, isn't it?
What?
How do you mean? It was never like that before. No, but in all the stories we've ever heard growing up, a good hero always gets more than he bargains for. I guess, but in stories you always know the heroes can't handle it.
Hardly.
Not necessarily. Did you ever study the great Sun Elf tragedies at the academy? So my story's a tragedy, that's reassuring. No, life is different, of course. More like being the author and the main character at the same time. Hardly feel in control of anything. Fine. Maybe it's more like being one of the several authors. Do you think he knows we're coming? The necromancer? Whoever that was on the battlefield. I think he expects to see you again, and I think he'll be better prepared.
No kidding.
I think so too. In fact, I'm sure of it. I can't quite explain why. Well, then the only thing to do is be more prepared for him than he is for us. Ha! Your father would be proud. I'm flattered to hear those words from your mouth. That's probably as close to his approval as I'll ever get. That's not true and you know it. Perhaps, it seems we could both benefit from giving ourselves a little more credit for accomplishments. Perhaps. Well, I think I'm going to turn in. Ford needs me on deck bright and early tomorrow. Sounds good. And Garrick, I just wanted to tell you, I'm really grateful you're still here after everything. You know, I get these moments sometimes that make me feel like the four of us back at the academy. Like nothing has changed. I know what you mean, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I wouldn't either. Well, I'll leave you to enjoy the view. Beautiful, isn't it? But don't stare too long. I wouldn't want to wake up and find you'd fallen overboard, to be captured by wandering Alathir. Didn't you say we're turning in? Right. Hey, would you look at that? The priest lady finally looks up from her rocks to take in the sea. You really are the worst, Ford. What are you still around for anyway? When are you going to use us to extort your debtors and be off?
I better get paid.
Yeah, well, the financing from your beloved order should just about cover things. Besides, I think you guys are starting to like having me around. I wouldn't want to make anybody sad. No, just irritated apparently. Only you, your holiness. Hey, look, dolphins! See how they breach out one after another. I read once that this sometimes inspires the sailors' stories of sea serpents. Oh, trust me, when you've seen the real thing, you can tell the difference. Wow, I've never seen anything like that. They're majestic. Now what is this? That appears to be avian excrement.
Ugh.
Accursed birds. Ah, that might be bad news for your row, but it's good news for us, so we can't be too far from shore. How far do you reckon? With winds like these, no more than a day. Say, Sarah, you sure you guys will take good care of all humpback? It seems like we might be gone a while. I couldn't live with myself if anything happened to her.
Of course.
You should really be safe in our more, Ford. You have my word. I just wish Eremore wasn't so far from Kirch. It'll be weeks before we get there. On the bright side, that'll be less than what we've spent on the ship. It's just traveling on foot, like criminals. It's completely different. It is, but this is important. My contact will help us get to the bottom of who is behind all this. I know. Nothing beats the sea, huh, kid?
We won't be fugitives forever, Alden. Once we've secured the aspects and stopped whatever is afoot, all of Delia will know what we've done. They'll understand. If by this you mean Varric. If you mean by they, you mean Varric, I hardly think he'd develop a sudden inclination for mercy if he's still king after all of this. We'll see. Oh boy, we're back on land. And I guess that's the random person that we recruited. In the depths of Quel'Samaash's temple, Irving meets the god himself. After passing the trial of soul, Quel'Samaash entrusts the Irving with the power of a huge trove of aspects. The party departs from the mists safely, headed back to Etlin. After the order of their voyage to Verora, spirits alow. Each knows a difficult journey lay ahead of them. They head for Kirch, where Vesta has an order contact who can set them up and give them the lay of the land. For some inexplicable reason, Faust continues to follow along. Alright, guess we get a new cleric kind of guy. Okay, what's his personal skill? Of course this is bugged. Come on. Just need to see. I wish I could see a stat. Like a personal skill. Okay, wait. I guess I will use Google. Oh, well, if I hover over it, that works. Okay. Allies within 2 tiles get 8% crit. Okay. I don't have an acolyte yet. Heal for 20% of damage done. Heal increases the crit of your next attack. Honestly, I'm not going to use them anyway, so I might as well turn him into an acolyte. Promote. Irene. The prodigal priestess returns. It's good to see you, Vesta. And you, Irene. I wish the circumstances were different.
Wow.
Comes with the territory. Tavern chatter says you and your friends here set off across the sea. Never to return, I would hope. Depends on who you ask. Would you mind introducing yourselves? I feel like a rat in a steam house right now. I'm Irving Sildarin of Brookstead.
Very well.
Mav Leveron, Grand Inquisitor for the Mystic Council of the Expanse.
Lincoln Voldosov, former captain of the Delian army.
Sarah Rowan, third in line for the Aromonian throne.
Wait.
So let me get this straight. The grandson of the Order's Grandmaster, right hand of Delia's former commander, the likely future Queen of Aramor, and the Mystic Council's favorite Inquisitor. That about covers it?
That's correct.
Favorite is a stretch, but you're correct for the most part. I was hoping you could catch us up on what we've missed in our absence. You might as well get comfortable then. I've been doing my best to track the one you had warned me about before your departure. The Necromancer?
Hard to be sure.
Well, him too. Turns out there are a lot of shadowy figures traipsing about Delia, causing havoc these days. The strange thing is that everything worth tracking seems to operate out of Sojourn. Which, to me, means one of 3 things. Either Varric's spies haven't noticed, haven't been able to stop it, or have been told not to stop it.
I know Varric. If he caught wind of an unchecked conspiracy, he'd be tearing the country apart piece by piece to root it up.
Well, he is. I'm just not sure if the two are related.
What do you mean?
He's been accelerating timelines on work schedules for every construction project in Delia, most notably the aqueducts. He's destroyed several villages in its path and has conscripted their villagers for indentured labor.
That's cruel. The purpose of a king is to protect his people, not use them to advance his own glory. You've met the man, Irving. He's not who he once was. Please, continue, Irene.
Thousands of others who feel as Irving does have been imprisoned or indentured. They're reopening rural prisons that haven't been touched in decades. It's worse than we thought, especially for the common folk. It seems no one is safe from Varric's wrath. That much is certain. This entire country is at the tipping point. I wish I had more information for you, but I can't find so much as a word on the necromancer. What of the other sorcerer? The one who wiped out the armies at Swift Harbor? Every scrap of intel on that day points back to your group. Were you not responsible?
No, we were not. That is quite troubling. We are back to square one then.
What news of the war? Stalled for the moment. Neither king seems in any particular hurry to lose the other half of their army.
I never imagined it would come to this, but King Varric strikes me as the most promising lead at the moment.
It's unlike him to not investigate these occurrences. It's possible he's working with the sorcerer, or the necromancer, or worse, both.
What about this prodigy you mentioned back in the Shellabons? Care to
I
elaborate?
think not.
I wouldn't know how to, and I certainly wouldn't be authorized to do if I did.
It's not important, Lincoln. Not right now. We're going to have to go through Varric to get whoever's behind this either way. We might as well make our peace with that.
Irving is right. Right now, that whatever Mav knows about this prodigy doesn't matter until we're ready for it. How do we get started? Right. First things first, we need a base of operations. We can sort out the rest from there. Any suggestions? Lincoln, you know better than anyone where Varric's men would be looking for us.
I do know one place they dare not to go. It's not far from here, actually.
You speak of the Marrows.
If you know of this place, you know it's not best to discuss it further until we arrive. We'll scare everyone half to death. Unless you have an alternative suggestion.
No.
You're already scaring me, Lincoln. But it seems we have little choice. I trust your judgment. Irene, thank you for your diligence. Your service does you great honor.
Honor's nice, but won't put me up at the Platinum Pony.
As you will.
You'll receive your payment from the order soon enough. In the meantime, leave no stone unturned.
Farewell.
I'll do what I can. Farewell. Hopefully we'll meet again soon. Okay, units. God.
This guy looks like such an... Oh god, his inventory is full of holy water.
Inventory. Convoy. Okay, what are the new ones? New aspects. That one's old. 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 So got the premonition and everything below probably new. Crit increased by 30% of defense and fortitude halved. Oh, defense and fortitude halved. Okay. Interesting. Mastery increased by 20%. Okay. Hit rate is always 50%. Power increased by 50%. For some units, that would be an upgrade, wouldn't it? Grants 80% resistance to fire magic. 80% resistance to storm magic. Soft defense and fortitude. Okay. Fortitude plus 10 with no adjacent allies. Attacks mark enemies, increasing damage taken by 10% for one turn. Significantly lowers the rate at which enemies target the holder. Dodge reduced by 60%. Defense and fortitude increased by 10%. Okay. Not 10%, 10. That's pretty crazy. Attacking defeated an enemy heals nearby allies for 10%. Grants 80% resistance to holy magic. Luck depleted to increase power, dodge, and true speed. Interesting. Swaps defense and strength. Okay, okay. Mastery and luck. Crit and power. 50% of it. Accuracy and dodge. Huh. Magic depleted to increase and defense and fortitude. Okay, okay. So which one is Curly Spirit? Swaps defense and fortitude. Okay, never mind. I was gonna say, okay, first up, I'm gonna put these back in there. I'm gonna have someone at the bottom half of our group hold on to some of these. Samara. Convoy. Let's keep this one. I don't think this one's that great. Slight sure. Crit increased by 30% of defense. Mastery increased by 20%. Hit rate always 50%. Dodge reduced. Attacking, defeating an enemy heals nearby allies. Honestly, the ones that just bolster 80% against one magic type are not that amazing, so you can hold on to the other one. Convoy. 80%. Fire magic, storm magic. Crit and power. Accuracy and dodge. Some of these are definitely meant for when you reach level 30. Enemies are much more likely to attack the holder. Honestly, does anyone really want this? I guess it's nice for... Actually, maybe the Lord does want this. Nah, not really. This is nice for, like, you toggle it on and off, right? So maybe we'll keep it in the convoy at least. But... okay, inventory? No, units. Units. Ally accuracy, right? Wait, no, that was his first. The first one is always the... Yeah, the first one is always the personal skill. Okay, what is his current one? Crit increases... yeah, the other one's not that great. Inventory? Convoy? Sorry, Theron's passion? We would like to instead... yes. I like that the name is Malice Suffering because I have a D&D character that is a... that I've yet to play, because the campaign in which I would have played them eventually, I would have played them in the next campaign, but it fizzled out. But I did have a... based off of like actual D&D style lore, kind of, to have a character that's adult name, given how apparently D&D's elf system worked. I think, if I remember that right, there was a thing that I got from like the book on elf thingy, whatever that was, for 5th edition, one that had lore and elves, and her name was Malice. She would have been a crit machine, but it fits, you know, thematically, for someone brutal. Anyway, what's hers? Advanced stats. Path of Mastery is added to accuracy. Inventory, not inventory, units. Dang it. What does Mastery do again? I see. Oh. You don't use anything right now. Oh, it should give you something. Inventory. You're definitely one of the targets for me to consider. Convoy. Throw a fish log away. Sure. Defense and fortitude. Can I check your stats this way? No, I cannot. Sure, it's inconvenient. Okay, let's see. Your fortitude is pretty terrible. I think you are someone that I would want to swap strength and speed with, potentially. Elias is 2. So is Lincoln. Actually, Lincoln's probably my #1 contender for that one. Dang it. What's, Orton's Ardor do? Power increased by each weapon stat. Could give that to her, right? She's not that powerful. Like, she's pretty bad with accuracies though, so maybe you should give this to someone else. Someone like him, maybe. Her mastery is god-awful. But I could give his Orion's Pursuit to her. Okay. Inventory. You trade with Elias. You grab the Orion's Pursuit. Irving? You give Elias this one. You grab from the convoy. What was it? Something that I wanted to grab. This is something that... Oh, right. What Lincoln has. That's what it was. Lincoln? You give over Varden's Ardor. Then Lincoln, for the time being, put the crab cake into your lead. But we're going to give you the strength and speed. Once you reach level 30 and swap into a magic class, that's going to be your thing. I think. Bonded units within 2 tiles get increased damage by 5%. It's not that amazing though. Convoy. Source defense and fortitude. Enemies are much more likely to attack the holder. True speed doubled when below 30% HP. Critting increases. Convoy. Critting increases. There we go. Inventory. Convoy. On a cob. Like a mutton. Crab cake. There we go. If doubling. Is there something better I could give to her? Bonded units, no. Wait. Convoy. This one. Wasn't there someone with a personal skill? It probably was the unit that I'm not using right now, but like, I think
he had a personal skill based one. Mastery, yeah, further increases armor penetration. Yeah, HP increases by half of mastery. Anyone else? I mean, her personal skills are pretty bad. Okay. Nice. Magic increased by 20% of strength. Oh. If I swap his strength and magic, maybe he's not the best contender for the... Because his magic stat is not as high as it looks. Right? If I were to say, like, put this in the lead, and then I look at his stats, no, it seems to stay at 27. Okay. That's fine then. Inventory, let's put this back in the other order. Inventory, not inventory, units. Small independent crit chance. Alpha mastery is added to accuracy. I want to bolster his mastery stat then with stat boosters, if I can. Iris healed for 20% of crit damage. Her personal skill is also not that amazing. Warden's Ardor, right, I want to upgrade all his weapons now. Crit build, which is why I gave him Malice Suffering. He also got a lot of HP. And his defense and fortitude were never that high anyway. Like 14 isn't insane. Especially once he promotes, he's going to be ranged again, so that's fine. Fortitude increased by 25%. Adjacent allies gain plus 20% defense. Advanced stats increase by 50% of defense. Gave her counterattack damage increased. Well, I think that's probably what she had initially. I mean, that is pretty good on her. Alden is just better level ups. Power stacking, what's your blessing? Sure gives an additional buff. I think I'm gonna swap out Alden's. Inventory. Alden. Convoy. Rate always at 50% now. Fortitude. Attacks mark enemies, increasing damage taken. No. Significantly lowers the rate at being a target. No. Dodge reduced by 60%. Defense and fortitude increased by 10. No. Attacking and defeating an enemy heals nearby allies. Luck depleted increases power, dodge, and true speed. What's your luck stat? Ooh, does anyone have terrible luck stat? I mean, highest luck stat isn't that crazy, and luck wasn't luck for crit rates? And accuracy. That kind of would be annoying to deplete that stat. She has a lot of luck. How is she? I guess it must be her class. Gives her such terrible accuracy. Right, she still needs something new. Inventory. Vesta. Convoy. Fortitude. No, adjacent allies. Marks enemies. Like, she's usually relegated to just being a healer, but she's also bulky enough to not need to worry about any luck depleted. So defense and strength. So mastery and luck. Swaps 50% of crit and power. Swaps accuracy and dodge. Magic depleted. No. Maybe ironically enough, I might just want to grab the... Even though I dismissed it as something I probably don't want. Maybe I really do just want to grab the healing boosting one. Is it on in her inventory right now? Yes. So let's store another one that we're not going to use. Convoy. Which one was it? Which one was it? I mean, this one's probably also, but it was one that I was like... Just accuracy and dodge. Magic decrease. Nope. Weird. I thought there was one more that I wanted to put away, but I don't remember. And it doesn't seem like any of them are like entirely something exclude. Guess this one. Yeah. I'm not gonna use that kind of strategy. Upgrades. Okay, so inventory. Who did I give the you, right? That's Vardens. Yeah. Okay. Inventory. Upgrades. So I want everything to be upgraded for you. At the very least. There we go. What about the stat boosters that we have in the convoy? Speed, dexterity, strength. Inventory. I'm gonna hold off on the other stat boosters. How much money do we have anyway? Permanent plus 5 HP. That'd be tempting. Unfortunately, they're all equally expensive. This one would be nice to bolster the mastery of someone, I think, once. Stat swapping is a thing for later. Those stat swapping ones are all for like when they're fully promoted and I can start planning around that. Caius, together with Arima. Arima, hey! Alden said you were looking for me.
Yes, it's good to see you. When we made landfall in Aramore, I bought some oysters from a vendor. I thought you might like to share some with me and remember our country.
Well,
I'm not about to turn down free oysters, but if I'm being honest, that's not exactly what comes to mind when I think of home.
Then what does come to mind?
I don't know, street fights, locusts, armadillos, and sand. Lots of sand. It's coastal rough and gets everywhere.
And what of the desert sun rising high above swaying palms? The great magicians and with their fireworks, or the traveling minstrel troops with their panthers, panther tamers, and fire dancers?
I think it's fair to say we live very different lives, my friend.
That may be true. Do you not miss home then, when we are away?
I guess it's a bit cool for my tastes when we go too far north. But don't think about it too much. I almost always wherever I could find someplace safe to sleep. And even after I enlisted, I never changed.
A native to life on the road.
You could say that.
In that case, let us enjoy these looking forward then. To the road ahead.
To the road ahead. I like Caius. Caius is such a great character. He might be one of, if not my favorite. In this cast.
Caius, I don't think I ever asked you. Where were you recruited?
In Concordio.
Did you grow up there?
Born and raised, as far as I know, that is.
What do you mean?
I never met my parents, and the only man who ever took me in died before I could think to ask how he found me. So really, I could have been born anywhere. Anywhere.
I understand. It sounds like you had a difficult life.
I made it my way. I made it my way. I made it my way. Concordia is a busy place. There was always a way to make myself useful.
I had the chance to visit once, and found it very much as you describe. I was struck by the crowds.
Yes, I do remember that day. I was there when you arrived.
Were you really? Caius, why didn't you mention anything?
I figured it was a more important memory for you than was for me than it was for you. You probably paid lots of visits to different towns, and it was just one more face in the crowd.
Actually, visits like these were quite rare. I only made it out there after a month's worth of lobbying, and Darius was still furious when he got wind of the trip.
That seems odd. Most of the locals sang the praises of the crown for months after your visit. Why would that have the king upset?
Because the visit itself was sort of a formal acknowledgement of the poverty which existed in Aramor.
I see.
But ignoring problems does not solve it. Acknowledging it, on the other hand, is the first step to addressing it. Darius obviously felt differently. I was not permitted another visit for some time.
I had no idea. For many of us, your visit was the most exciting event of our lives.
Well, I'm glad to know the trip, at least, had a positive impact on the locals.
Well,
In light of what you shared, you were brave to make it. You gave hope to a great many.
Thank you, Caius. Let's continue that work, shall we?
As you commanded.
Now that I think about it, I don't unlock supports with just anyone, because otherwise I would have more supports with someone like Samara, who would barely have any supports with. So I don't automatically unlock supports, but sometimes... Oh, you know what? It's probably they were locked. Like I had them already unlocked by like bond points, but it didn't make enough story progression yet. So they were story locked still. Arima and Sarah. By the sun, Arima. You look like you've seen a ghost.
A ghost of the past, perhaps. Sometimes they come to me. Flashes of what was.
I'm sure Sir Gumsh is pale in comparison to the glory of the arena.
the arena.
Quite the opposite. Then I fought to take down those who would challenge me. Now we fight to preserve something we love, and to create something worth loving.
I still remember the first time I watched you fight.
As do I.
Surely not.
Do you really?
We were always informed when the royal family was in attendance.
But Samara and I weren't meant to be there.
That would explain why your stepmother dragged you two kicking and screaming from the stands.
Then you do remember well. But they were too late. We saw the spectacle we came for, and it was marvelous.
I contended with Rala the Adamant that day.
And with such grace. It was like watching a dancer and a spider circling its prey all at once.
Rala was not the most challenging contender I faced. I'm glad to know I made an impression.
Of course.
I wouldn't say that you've ceased to do that. I can confidently speak for the rest of us when I say your technique inspires us still.
Honored.
That is kind praise, Sarah.
You are welcome.
And well deserved.
If you insist.
I do. If he's maybe I was a bit too harsh last stream, or like some of the streams before this one. I feel like most of the supports I unlocked this stream were pretty good, like in terms of writing. Maybe some of them were just not up to snuff as to the majority of them. And the story also picked up again in terms of quality, you know? I don't know. Maybe it was just my imagination. But I get a lot more D&D than Fire Emblem from these supports now at this point. Like, this game... I thought it was supposed to resemble Fire Emblem a lot, but I feel like it resembles D&D a lot more in terms of, like, feel and vibe. Making me feel like, oh, I want to play something like this. I want to play something like this, you know? Maybe I first needed to warm up to the... maybe I first needed to accept and embrace that this game is not like Fire Emblem. Maybe that's what was necessary. Even if it definitely has its inspirations in Fire Emblem to some degree, it definitely also does not. Okay, Garrick and Sia. Alright. Do you really mean everything you wrote in that letter, Garrick? It's not like you to get all serious.
Look, I don't want to get all sappy or anything. I did. Let's leave it at that.
Sappy? Garrick, it was beautiful.
I don't want this to change what we have. We have fun, and I like that. I don't know what else I want out of this right now.
Really?
That's exactly what a girl wants to hear, you had.
I knew this was a bad idea.
Not.
No, it wasn't. You're just not used to ever doing anything serious. We can work through that part. Just because you've told me how you feel doesn't change anything between us. You're the one making it weird right now.
Joke.
I'm making it weird. You practically baited me to writing it with all your talk about how relationships that never take things seriously are doomed.
Are you seriously right now? I was kidding. It was a joke, because we have a healthy relationship and we never take anything serious.
Oh. Well, how am I supposed to pick up on that?
You have this really interesting thing in your skull. I think it's called a brain. Could probably try and use that. Was a nice letter, though.
Great.
Can we move away from the letter already?
Aren't you curious if I've been writing one of my own?
It wasn't until just now.
Well, I'm not.
Great.
Great.
This is fun.
But now I think I will. Equity is important, right? You make a fool out of yourself, I'll make a fool of myself. It'll be great.
You're really something.
I can understand that. Sometimes, you know, you just gotta make a fool out of yourself in solidarity.
You really don't have to do that.
I really think I do. It's gonna be a blast. I read it out loud and to the whole crew. It's like, that reminds me, like, the most recent thing was probably, like, in a Scary stream where one person was like, I'm gonna have a quote define me. Because Scary has, like, these exclamation mark quotes of, like, things Scary said at some point. And, then, was something about, like, oh no. I was like, okay, well, no one else seems to be doing it. Might as well join in. And then buries myself alongside them, you know?
Read it out loud to the whole crew. Oh boy. I will never help you with one of your schemes again if you do that.
It's cute that you think you never had a choice.
Sloan and Irving.
You know, I could really see the appeal in a man who communes with the gods themselves.
It could have been any one of us.
Guess I'll state the obvious.
I hope you'll excuse me if I don't believe Benji would have answered everything the right way.
You never know. Say what you will about Benji. The guy just keeps on winning.
Honestly, I feel like Benji would have actually answered those questions correctly, unironically.
Simply because it was all about, like, you know, I'm pretty sure the conversation stuff was about, like, not falling for the temptation of power. And I don't think Benji would have.
If you're referring to the corn husking competitions and measurements of brute strength, then yes, he wins more than anyone as I've ever met.
Did he come by for something, or was that it? I just wanted to give me that one-liner.
I'll admit, sometimes I don't come in with more of a plan than a one-liner. You've got me there.
You don't believe that any more than I do.
Gods help me, I've been seen through. The pure abject horror.
Alright, settle down. Can you just level with me for once? What did you come by for?
I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. I guess I'm curious about what it was like. The presence of Cullis Amash, I mean.
Truthfully, all the stories speak of this presence, or aura. I still don't know what I was actually seeing in there, but I felt neither of those things.
Oh, come on.
That's anticlimactic.
Don't get me wrong, it was exhilarating. Terrifying, incredible. A whole mix of emotions. It was just a voice. I don't think it was really there, you know?
Well, maybe that's just what gods are. Maybe there is no presence. I highly doubt the stories we were told as children about the gods are accurate.
Maybe. I'm not trying to dwell too much on it.
It couldn't have been any of us, for the record.
You're not half bad.
You're the best of us, Irving. You may not want to hear it, but that is true. But it's true. You hold the torch.
We should get some rest.
He didn't like hearing that.
He was definitely the most trusted out of them all.
Irving with Sarah.
Was that strange for you? Passing through Aramor again after all we've been through?
Is this passing through it again? Have we? Many other words come to mind before strange, but yes, I suppose it was. What does come to mind? It was sobering, I think. A reminder of all we stand to lose, and all that's already lost.
You're speaking of Alaris.
Yes, I am.
I saw it too, when we were crossing the
Of
border.
course.
I guess that's probably something we just did, but like we didn't have a battle yet. Hard to miss, really.
I used to think that stories were exaggerated,
Stories often are.
but this one wasn't.
I can only guess the city once had structures because of some of the piles of soot and debris. I can only guess the city once had structures because of some of the piles of soot and debris are larger than others. Don't let yourself forget what you saw that day, Irving. Someday, you may find it useful to remember the kind of destruction people are capable of.
I just can't believe anyone can look at those ashes and feel proud of what they've done.
I don't imagine anyone does, but if I had to guess, I'd say there's not a soul out there who feels remotely responsible for it on a personal level. Not even Varric. That's what can come of the wrong type of obedience. I don't know that I'll see it restored to its former glory in my lifetime.
Does King Darius have no plans to rebuild it?
I wouldn't expect so, at least not before some kind of armistice is established. No use in setting up walls only for others to come and knock them down.
That makes sense. Have you ever been? Before, I mean.
I had, several times with my family. It was always such a vibrant and bustling place. And its great hall of history. I can still hear our tutor teaching us about it now. Constructed by the renowned architect Entheos the Magnificent, to commemorate the founding of this hub of trade.
That sounds quite impressive.
It was. Its windows were designed to cast shadows on the floor and the walls, which told the story of the city's founding. As the sun's path changed with the seasons, new parts of those scenes were revealed.
Any chance part of it still stands under all that rubble?
Perhaps a slim one. It was likely the sturdiest building for miles around, but even so, I'm sure that the damage is immense.
From what I understand, the city was built by Delians and Harmonians alike, wasn't it?
You're well studied.
And maybe Delians and Harmonians can join hands once more for its construction. If peace comes soon enough, who knows? Perhaps we might walk in its streets again someday.
That's a pleasant thought, Irving. I'll try to hold on to that.
Alright.
Iris and Elias again. Gods below, Elias. Have you seen Thalanel fight? I never thought anyone was capable of that kind of power.
Yes, he's an adept of particularly potent variety.
I should have known.
Another adept. Incredible. I never would have expected to meet so many so soon.
We're all too common in martial circles, and all too rare everywhere else.
That sounds right.
That would explain it. We're definitely well suited for the job. With the group we have, sometimes in the heat of battle, I feel like I'm in a storm. I'm surprised most of our enemies stay and fight.
If they had a choice, maybe they wouldn't.
You know, when I first set out on my own, I tried to stick to abilities that could pass for major spells, just to be safe. I soon realized how much of that was holding me back.
There's strength in our raw and untempered power. Better to try and focus its direction than reduce its intensity.
I found that to be true as well.
Sure.
5 adepts. I still can hardly believe it.
Certainly should give you permission not to hold back.
It also makes me wonder what would things be like if most people were adepts. I have to imagine it'd be so vibrant and nearly impossible to enforce purifications or any kind of superstitions like that.
It'd be something to see, alright, but I doubt there'd be much of a world to look at for long. We tend to deal in large-scale destruction. A handful of strong disagreements, and we'd set terror ablaze.
Sounds right.
Yeah, you're probably right. Just something to think about, I guess.
In the meantime, there's a real world to worry about, and still plenty to be done to make life easier for those that live nearby today.
Oh, definitely. And with all the opportunities I've been given, I think that's the least I can do. Lincoln and Vesta? Something weighs on your mind, Captain.
Yes, the compass. Yes, the compass. This guide, as it were. There was something sinister about it, as if its mere presence cast a shadow over my soul. Perhaps I'm being scrumptious. Over scrumptious. The Grand Master mentioned it might be untrustworthy. That might have gotten to my head.
Agreed.
No, I felt it too. Especially when it claimed to rest. As if it were listening more intensely. Probing somehow.
That's affirming, I suppose, but hardly reassuring. We seem to have developed a tendency for entrusting our lives to questionable hands without thinking. I can only hope this won't come back to haunt us in the end.
If the Grandmaster were with us, I can't imagine he'd have done anything differently. We did find the Trial of the Soul and complete it, no less.
That's true. Still can't shake the thought. Did the Order tell you nothing more of it?
I'm afraid not.
No, I'm a member of the 4th cycle. Secrets like that don't flow so far from the fount.
I see. Well, perhaps Irving heard more from his
The
father.
Order.
That seems even less likely. When I joined the Order, I was required to conceal my involvement even from my own parents.
I'm sorry. That sounds like a difficult burden.
It was. It still is. But it was one I took up willingly. I'm sure you're not a stranger to that.
No, not at all. A soldier's life is much the same.
I can imagine.
Well, I suppose there's no reason to fear. If you trust Alistair, I trust you.
Good. That trust will serve us well on the fields of battle.
Indeed.
Indeed. I'd say it already has. Indeed, I'd already say it has.
Right, we can talk with Corvin one more time. I'm gonna miss the conversations with Corvin now that I realize how the support system works, I think. Feeling inspired?
Come again?
Just jotting down a few notes. Our activities have become quite noteworthy of late.
This would make for a fine tale.
Only weeks ago, I would have doubted whether the Temple of Koali Samash even existed. Now we completed the Trial of the Soul. I learned more in a single day about life before the calamity than I'd ever discovered in my entire lifetime. Do share your discoveries. I'm not sure I picked up on all that you did.
Certainly.
Well, first of all, the mere fact that Alistair knew about the trial and the aspects stored there is significant. Not to mention that Mav piped up when he simply alluded to it. That suggests to me that the establishment of the trial, or perhaps its repurposing as a safeguard for the aspects, might have been a joint venture of sorts. In this case, one between the Order of the Eternals and the Mystic Council, or whatever names they went by then.
Can it be?
An interesting theory, but one that seems to ask more questions than it answers. But that's the only sure sign of discovery, and those questions lead to further still. Assuming the trial existed before the calamity, what purpose did it serve, and what was the meaning of the paraphrase? It seems more than likely to be referring directly to the aspects. Sounds like you've got your work cut out for you. That is the historian's lot, dear Sarah. More history is created in a single day than can ever be remembered. Then how can you ever hope to make sense of it all? You don't. Just the events worth remembering. And believe me, there's no shortage of those either.
Of course.
Yeah, and that's why there's more than one person in all of the world that does this job, right? I do believe you. History's a noble pursuit, really. You would have taken it. You would have taken to it, I think, if you gave it the time. I was never afforded the privilege.
Please.
Remind me, what were those chronicles you took a liking to as a child? The exploit of Prince Ilicus. The exploit of Prince Ilicus, that just... Wait, are you writing it down? Yes, no use asking you again in a few months' time. That must mean I'm worthy of remembering. I'm honored. I don't believe there's any dispute about that, Princess. Save. And I think we just advance. These legs were meant for the sea, not the dirt.
I don't think I could walk another 5 minutes, let alone another day. Well, it looks like we won't have to. Yes, this must be it.
This is it? I'm not sure I'm not sure the side of a mountain is the best place to make camp.
No, not on the side of it. Inside of it. There's an intricate system of caverns here. And an entrance just up ahead.
This is fun.
Ooh, exciting! I've never been inside a cave before.
We should be far from prying eyes here. Our Delian army scouts are instructed to avoid this area at all costs.
Why is that?
For their own safety.
For their own safety? And we're just learning about this now.
What? What? No, I'm quite sure I
think you might have left that part out, Lincoln.
I see. Well, forgive me, but whatever their reasons, I'm sure it's nothing we can't
When
handle.
you're ready, follow me.
I hope you're right. Stay alert, everyone. Come on, let's take a look.
The beer shoved into Lincoln's face. Hey, check this out! Wow, what is this? Some kind of war room?
Delian scouts had a presence in these mountains a very long time ago.
Do you think they built this?
It's possible.
That would explain the dust. Music's louder again than I expected it to be. It's perfect! Like it's just built just for us. Look, on the wall! Seems like someone's already mapped out a huge chunk of the caverns. There's something in this machine that's still burning. What is it?
Watch yourself.
None of your damn business, that's what it is.
Weapons!
Get your dainty fingers away from my map.
A dwarf. It's a dwarf. The Delian army is afraid of a dwarf.
Not just any dwarf, mind ye. Fenton the Troll Trampler, Goblin Grinder, and Hobgoblin Hobbler. I reckon I could put quite a dent in any army. With the right hammer, of course.
Please, Fenton the Goblin Gobbler. I assure you, we mean no harm to you or your people.
Ah, my people. Even if I mean harm, even I mean harm to my people now and again. You really ought to meet some of them.
Oh, that's quite alright. No need for that.
Well, there aren't any here now. I've got a taste of adventure as far as dwarves go. Venturing this far south. Maybe I should have said that.
Not to worry. We are clearly trespassers here. I'm sure we can find another place to set up camp. We'll be on our way.
Well, wait. You said you were looking for a place to make camp?
That's right.
It is safe here. I've plenty of food and provisions. If you like, perhaps you could stay a while. For a price, naturally.
The journey here has run us dry of coin, I'm afraid.
Then perhaps you can repay me with a favor.
What kind of favor?
Well, I've got a small problem. I spent the last few years tracking down my inheritance. Only I've had some trouble getting to it. You mentioned you were short on coin. Let me be clear. This here's my claim. But if you help me secure it all, I'll oblige you, say a 10% cut. Fair's fair, after all. And the lot of you seem strong enough.
Vesta, if this inheritance is of any significance, it might just be the break we need.
Good work.
Fenton, if we assist you, might we be able to make this place a more permanent home?
Aye.
Of course. Once I've got what I came for, I'll leave the whole place to you. Oh, this is a real thrill. I've waited a long time for this. Come, I'll lead the way.
Hang on, just what kind of problem are we dealing with exactly?
You'll see. No time for chit-chat. Gold, platinum, silver, they don't rust. You can thank Varden for that. But copper corrodes. Best not to waste any time.
Fenton, wait.
Oh, he's a fighter. Okay. Ah, there she is, minor dragonkin. Not like the Begans southeast. A dragon?
And that's a small one.
Aye, small, but fearsome nonetheless.
I hope we get to pick our 10%, or what's left of it.
If by we you mean who's left of us.
Friends, we have no reason to fear. We're more than capable, and surprise is on our side.
I like how you put it. Well, I figure I ought to help in the slaying and whatnot. Can't risk you all dying and losing my chance at my inheritance.
Of course.
Okay.
Might of the Mountain. Damage increased by 20% of level. Okay. Jesus. Okay. Okay, I'd rather have a more balanced defense and fortitude stat. What's these to do? Crit for each tile moved. Crit increases by 20% of dodge. Unfortunately, everything else gives you very lopsided defenses. Well, this one would be nice, in theory. I don't like those skills. I mean, he doesn't have great fortitude growth in the first place, so maybe it's a mute point to try and get him to that. I could get him out of this class fast. He's probably really high level if I'm even gonna use him for long. Obviously, things like Savage and Shove are pretty nice. His defense is not bad this way either. Chivalry. Health. This one definitely gives him like a massive strength boost. You know what? Let's make him knight. I don't think he's the first knight, but he's the first knight I'll use. So... let's go with that. Well, we can all be legends in our own right. Watch and learn, little man. So we get to choose our units now. Let's just select everyone again. 14. Lincoln, Sarah, Arismel. Oh, we can bring everyone. Neat. Okay. And that's a lot of gold. And right next to lava too. That's a bit scary. 2.5k HP. That's crazy. Okay. Alright, he's also force deployed here. Sure, I guess. Wait, no, he's not force deployed. He's selected by me. Oh, wait, he is force deployed. Never mind. This means I can't change his inventory anymore. Which means I probably shouldn't have removed his stuff yet first. Oh well, that's fine. Not prep. Save. Slay the dragon and of the Marrows and claim 10% of Fayn's inheritance. Wish I could get some info on if his power is physical. Ooh. Code error. Did the game just crash? Error in action number 1 of draw event for objects unit view, blah 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 blah. Yep, the game crashed. Okay, I don't think I saved on the prep screen, but it's fine because we could just skip past everything because I did save before, at the very least. Or did I already save on the prep screen? Maybe I did. Looks like I did. Or maybe I didn't. But we're in the right spot anyway, so might as well start. Might as well hope for the best. Okay. Doesn't seem to have the best of defenses. Ow. Let's hope for the best. The enemy is level 30, so everyone should get good XP, even...
It is willed. I am here.
Fortunate.
Leave it to me.
Attack.
Destiny does not falter.
Good, good, good. Good, good, good. Level up.
Experience is a fine weapon.
Not too terrible. Okay, Caius. Even Caius should get good XP. That's what I was mostly thinking of. Not gonna hit him. Not gonna hit Caius. Ouch. That's actually kind of scary.
Here to help.
Wait. How much do you take? Oh, I didn't mean to confirm immediately.
I've been saving this just for you.
Oh boy. Anyway, Sorcerer Sting and crit is pretty nice.
Die.
She just does it twice. Okay, okay. I see you, I see you. Massive damage, Sloan. Wait there, I'm a little bit worried. I mean, I do have a spare healer over here, so that's nice. Can I maybe dodge? Wait, acted first? The enemy didn't even attack, kept back. What? Was that the case for everyone? Well, well, well. If the enemy doesn't counterattack, then might as well.
Sorry in advance.
Alright. Eric, go ahead. You have massive damage.
Would hate to be you right now.
There we go. More than 500 HP in one turn.
Too easy.
Lots of crits. Lots of crits, lots of crits. It really doesn't counterattack. That's not even that much damage. But if that's how things are gonna go, then might as well.
At your disposal. I'm on it.
Put you here, not higher. Push.
Hope you don't mind.
You can step here. I'd rather take increased crit chances. Okay, not quite 1,000 HP in one turn, but oh, you're attacking Alden of all people willingly. Just because your damage output is potentially really high doesn't mean that was a smart move. Oh, I also only get one attack myself. Oh, you can attack multiple people. He's guaranteed to crit twice,
right now.
pretty much.
Sorry in advance.
Heck yeah. That dragon is a lot less scary than the trial we faced just
away.
before.
Shadows flee before the light.
Wait, no, he did face a counterattack the first time, right? Otherwise, his CP wouldn't be lower. Yeah, why is he of all people facing a counterattack? Well, no one else is, for some reason.
More work.
Heal.
We need you in this fight.
Let's get going.
Can we? No crit. That's fine.
I'd be honored.
Let's see if we get to face a counterattack. No, we don't. Good, good, good.
Onward. Destiny does not falter.
Nice, nice.
destiny does not falter.
Double crits again. Nice, nice. Slow in. I mean, we're gonna use this one, right? We've significantly boosted crit chances for this. Bummer. She crit before with a low one, but now she doesn't. Okay, good. Good.
At your disposal.
Nice, nice. There we go. Level up, level up. Very good.
My sword grows lighter with every swing.
I do wonder if I can still get the level up on Caius. Because it seems like we might finish off the dragon before that becomes relevant. No counterattack that I'm aware of. Enemy phase. Who you attacking this time? Alden, which is still a stupid choice. Arima. Okay. Not exactly clever.
Let's get going.
We just want to... Realistically, we can expect to kill this turn, right? So... I should not care about staying in range. Whatever. It just crit anyway. A little bit more than 100 left. 44 HP. Who's not gonna do shit? Anyone with pitiful damage output? Available? Terrible crit rates maybe? As well? The wrong weapon maybe? Yeah. If I crit twice, that is gonna be a kill, but if I don't crit twice, that's not a kill. There we go, thank you. See ya.
Fine by me.
Okay, okay. Caius. Finishing blow. Level up. There we go. Promotion level 30. He's the first to promote. Okay, Caius. Gets extra attack range. Okay. Accuracy if unit hasn't moved. Okay. Outlaw. Brutality. Crit modifier increased by a flat 50%. Oh. Can run. Ignores armor if only one adjacent unit. I understand. There would be an appeal to keeping my unit in the crit build, especially because of flat bolstering of crit rate, but I don't think I will. Like, not him. I mean, like, I think he will go back to sniper or great green knight. Forester's Blessing. Haste grants 40% fortitude. Okay. Mage bound. Half of magic users using enemies magic added to damage. No, I don't think so. I think he'll probably be a sniper. Blade Dancer. Dance's Grace. Dodging increases retaliation power by guaranteed hit if below 40% HP. He's going to be a lot less dodgy if I put him into this class.
Let's see. How many other archers do I have? I'm still using 2 others. Yes, 2 others. So I could turn someone else into the Blade Dancer, and I think I probably will anyway. So I guess I'll make him an outlaw. Like, his sprite looks really cool. This, like, his artwork looks a bit silly this way. Like, it looked better as a strider. Like, this is too monotone in terms of clothing. Unlike the in-battle model, I feel like, with this color. But this looks pretty great. So I'm going to turn him into an outlaw. These do not affect stats, as expected. Upgrade the unit to tier 3 and
What
chapter
would you do
complete.
without me?
So true. Advance. Great Skria, no one's going to believe this. I can hardly believe it myself. I can, and what a worthwhile reward this is. Feel free to help yourself to anything in the far corner over there. It's all yours. That looks more like 5% than 10.
Don't get greedy.
Nay, it's 10, trust me, I got a knack for these things.
Then perhaps I'm starting to feel like nearly getting burned to a crisp entitles me to a bit more than 10%.
Watch yourself.
I never negotiate with words, only weapons, but if you insist.
No, Fenton, that won't be necessary. I think that share will be plenty, thank you.
Yes, very good. I don't suppose I could load this all into a cart. Might take quite a few trips. Say, friends, would you have some time on your hands? I could use some help transporting all this back home.
We have some rather important matters to attend to, Dwarf. Why don't you call on some of your own kind?
Psh, wouldn't trust any of them with a hunk of iron.
I suppose it's not out of the question, Fenton, but presently, Monroe's right. We do have some very pressing tasks.
Well, that being the case, I think I'd like to stick around a bit longer. If you wouldn't mind having me, best to keep an eye on things until you're ready for a little trip.
It could work.
I don't think anyone would object.
If we're going to make it home, we need a good name for this place. The Maros is a wee bit off-putting to visitors.
I believe that's the idea.
Any suggestions? Marrowhold! Marrowhold! Ha! You humans sure are creative. I suppose that's the point. It's to the point.
I like it, Alden. Marrowhold it is. Marrowhold it is. Now, I'd say we've all earned ourselves a good night's rest. Let's take the time to settle into a new home. Liberators. Okay. We might need to change the item. Like, we need to see the dodge rates off my guy now, but we might need to change abilities. I'm open to suggestions. I wish it were as simple as letting Delia liberate itself. Our biggest advantage is that nobody knows we're back. That's not going to last long. They'll find out eventually whether we make a move or not. Striking fast is our best bet.
Wow.
Agreed. Oh, you're with us. I love what you've done with the place. The dead dragon does make a great mantelpiece. Good to see you again, Irene.
Good news.
And you, I've good news. A lead. And a time-sensitive one at that. Allow me to introduce Ilya Reltier, the younger sister of Tiana Val Reltier. Welcome, Ilya.
Thank you. I wasn't sure who to turn to. It's a good thing Irene overheard me in the tavern a few nights back.
As you know, the prison at Dervin. The prison at Dervin houses hundreds of the most dangerous Delians who have resisted the throne's tyranny. Dervin. I heard the name before. We all have. It's the most infamous place in Delia. It's also run by Elia's sister, and you can bet she has more of a humanitarian streak than Varric.
She's just following orders. If she doesn't go through with it, they'll lock her up with the rest of them.
Hold on a minute. Go through with what exactly?
She just received orders from the king. She has until the end of Vigor's son to execute every prisoner in Dervin.
Can't be.
Gods, has it truly gotten this bad? He says a word and hundreds die. Where's this justice? Justice rests in our hands. That much has never been clearer.
Listen, I know she doesn't want to do it. She made that obvious when she let slip that she was nervous about a shipment of Ignesium coming in from the cannons at the end of the week.
What is Ignesium exactly? It's an extremely volatile alchemical reagent, manufactured in Nausea, a dangerous substance. In Halfen, magic is forbidden anywhere near it. It's possible for a mage to induce a reaction simply by concentrating too hard.
Actually, Eldon used to practice with it at the academy.
Joke.
You can't be serious. I'm astonished that was allowed, and more astonished yet that he's still here. Well, that explains a few things.
Good. It sounds like you'll know how to make it do what it does best. When the delivery is made, they'll store it behind the main gate before it's hauled off to the armory. There should be plenty enough to blow the doors clean off the incendiaries.
Not that simple.
Hold on. Dervin is one of the heaviest fortified prisons in the country. It seems we have our way in, but I'm not so sure about our way out.
If you round up the prisoners fast enough, you shouldn't have much trouble leading them right out the door.
And if reinforcements arrive?
Dervin's got a few tricks up its iron sleeves. Smaller hatches you should be able to access once you're inside. If you give me a scroll, I can sketch them out for you.
And what about Tiana?
I know my sister. If you get away, she won't pursue. She'll follow her orders to the word inside the prison, but once you're out and running, you're no longer her problem.
That's it.
We can't let those people die. If we hesitate to save them, we may as well have never come back.
Good man.
I agree. I agree. If we strike fast with plans to escape, we run very little risk.
I'll get you out, and if I might add one thing. I know you can't guarantee anything, but if you can avoid, please don't hurt Tiana. She never wanted to be in this position.
We'll do everything we can to make sure your sister remains unharmed. Thank you for bringing us to this, bringing this to us, Aelia. I know it can't have been easy.
Right away.
We should prepare quickly. I pray the executions have not already begun.
Alright, right? 28. Okay, I might use him, I might not use him. We'll see. He's definitely probably the first off on the bench list. Bonds, how many do we have? I think I'll do the supports and then first I want to shop. Upgrades. What am I using on him right now? Pretty much anything. But I think the accuracy weapon should be pretty useful. And the crit weapon for one. Might not ever need the power weapon if everything else is as strong as it. Or at least if I upgrade this one more time with a tier 2 token. Then then I'm gonna have things as strong as it. Shop. Upgrades. There we go. There's no more reason to use the double axe. Lincoln. Garrick.
Alright, Lincoln, sir. Alright, Lincoln, sir. How's that?
Good man.
An unexpected spot of decency. Excellent. You're welcome. Now let me ask you a question. Is it about your training? I've kept a close eye on your performance, and I'd say you're coming along quite well. I appreciate it, but no, actually, it's more of a hypothetical. I've never found much use for such things, but imagine you've made up your mind about asking regardless.
Right.
That's right. We're getting to know each other so well. Isn't that wonderful? Is that your question? No, alright. You're a man of honor, aren't you, Lincoln?
Indeed.
I strive to be. Very good. Now let's imagine you're escorting a handful of kids to escape a siege. You see your guard ahead on the road, and tell the children to hide in the bush. In the brush. The guard spots you and asks if there's anyone with you. Do you lie in order to keep the children safe, or do you hand them over? Neither. I was not trained to prevail by
Are
treachery.
you sure?
Then what would you do?
With honor.
Stand my ground and fight. I suppose the guard has a small army with him. All the same.
You're really something.
Foolish, but consistent at least. I'll have to leave you that. Well, suppose I lie. The guard may choose to doubt me regardless and search the area. Then I've stained my honor, and for what? It's a grave error to think we have control over anything beyond our own conduct. I'm not so sure I agree, but I suppose that's something I hadn't thought of. It's good you've taken an interest in such things, Garrick. Matters of right judgment. These are thoughts worthy of the mind. What a relief! What a relief! My commanding officer finally approves of my thoughts. Perhaps I've earned a short release from my kitchen duties. Yes, perhaps you have.
Well, what do you know?
There's that smile. I told you, just a matter of time. In this case, it seems you were right, regrettably. Alright, Mauve.
Captain, I hear you've been with Irving's battle group from the start.
At the start, it wasn't Irving's battle group. I was charged with their command.
Yet I don't imagine it was your decision to defect, unless I'm mistaken.
That decision was one we made together, but not one of us took it lightly.
I'm sure that's true. Well, allow me to assure you it was the right one. Varric is impervious to reason.
Actually,
I have it on good authority that his demeanor fell sharply before the war, and he's only unraveled further since. On what?
Oh, wait, that was supposed to be her. Okay. It appeared on his side, and he was highlighted. Well, have it on good authority that blah blah blah, you know?
On what authority exactly?
Intelligence. From a contact within his inner circle.
I'll not trust the whispers of spies any more than a word of an oathbreaker.
That doesn't leave us much to choose between.
No, but I've heard enough of both to make up my
very
mind.
well.
Very well. Trust that I have no intention of trying to change it.
Forgive me.
I only wish to commend you for your leadership. Without it, I'm not sure Irving would ever have come to his father unharmed, or that we'd know what we would do with the aspects.
I appreciate the words, Grand Inquisitor. My actions have served not only Delia, but Terracell at large in some way. I'm grateful for it.
Many have cause to be grateful indeed. And chat with Sora. I hope you don't hold Swift Harbor against me.
No.
No, that was Irving's decision, not yours.
But it was the right one. We know that now.
Disgraceful.
Never in my life would I've guessed I'd raise the sword against Delian troops. Their faces were all too so full of disbelief.
Aw. Yeah, that's sad. Because he's renowned enough, right? They would recognize him. You think that was easy for us? The people of Aramor have always trusted in our protection.
No, I don't imagine it was easy at all.
Then we understand one another.
I certainly understand the threat these aspects pose, especially in the hands of the sorcerer, whoever he may be.
In that case, I hope you'll believe me when I say the danger is greater than all the armies of Delia and Aramor mustered against us.
Troubling.
I do hope you're wrong about that, Sarah, but I fear you may be right.
We need you in this fight.
The sooner you stop fearing it and start believing it, the better.
What won you the hearts of the people anyway? Is your king cut from the same tyrannical cloth as ours?
Not quite. King Cyrus is an honorable man and an excellent general, but not every problem can be solved with an army.
While you and your sister prefer a more diplomatic approach.
It's simply politics.
When possible, do you not?
In my line of work, such decisions were left to those above my rank.
And if they weren't?
I know the cost of war too well to turn it as anything other than a last resort.
If only the rulers of this land shared your sentiment.
You'd make a fine queen, Sarah. if you don't mind me saying so.
I'd be honored.
Our mother prepared us for the possibility often enough.
Do you expect it will come to pass?
I don't know. I'm not sure I'd even want it. But whether I want it or not, Samara and I have a duty to be ready for it, for our people's
With
sake.
honor.
Those are the words of a worthy leader.
Thank you, Lincoln. I think that's enough talk of the future for today. Be sure to return to the task at hand.
Good. And she can also talk with Sloan.
So say this revolution goes right. What the two of us become then? Political peers. Political peers. I hope friends as well. Hard for political peers to stay friends across borders like the ones that separate the two of
It's
us.
simply politics.
Only if you let it be hard. Be unshackled to the actions of our predecessors. All it takes for us to set a good precedent together.
Oh, come on.
Are you truly such an optimist? I don't understand how you aren't an optimist. Seems like such a dreary way of to live. Depressing even. Depressing as the galas at Valburin's estate in Silvergarden. Being a realist isn't depressing in the slightest. And here I thought you didn't get anything from your father. If you knew the venom of that remark, I trust you wouldn't have spoken it. That was out of line. I'm sorry. Look, I want us to be friends. There's nothing standing in the way. Well, we spent so much time fighting. I don't know that you and I have spent any time actually talking. That's the way it goes sometimes, isn't it? A shame. Tell me, what did you occupy yourself with before our grand adventure? Constant research and a good deal of studying. I'm a bit of a bookworm. Samara too. A bit. We're going to teach you to have some fun then. How does that sound?
We must.
From the legendary Sloan Valmurin, consider my interest piqued. Alright, that's all the supports. Wait. Nope, I started at the bottom. Helena, Kais. That pelt, the one you've been tranning. Was it yours? What is it, your kill?
Yep, not too long ago actually. Sort of wandered into camp.
Fortunate.
For me, yeah, not so much for the little guy.
It doesn't look little. Figure of speech. I see. Do you enjoy the hunt?
I do. Helps clear the mind somehow, especially when I can get out there in the wild.
You find solace in nature.
Yeah, in the quiet. Yeah, in the quiet mostly. I'm sure you understand that best of all.
I did have occasion to travel to Escarnus. One frost soul. I was struck by the snow. Nature's silence usually draws out one's attention to the sound not otherwise heard, but this was the true silence. And yet somehow it wasn't empty, it was full.
I think I know what you mean. I'd actually never seen snow before I joined the army. I actually never seen snow before I joined the army. When I did, there was something almost supernatural about it. It was beautiful.
You're wise to take time to notice such things. A heart that makes no room for wonder grows easily hardened.
Sometimes I wonder if I couldn't use a little of that. Toughen up a bit.
Nonsense. Your generous heart is a gift. Just think, if it weren't for you, for your concern for the lives of the innocents, fate may never brought you to us. And Redhill might have shared the same fate as Alaris.
Yeah, actually, his actions matter a lot for the story, even if he's like not one of the major characters. He's like, him choosing to approach us and tell us that the town is being attacked, essentially his defecting, is what brought us back together with the other army and not staying part of Delia, not staying Delian troops, and instead put us on the actual pursuit of this storyline. That's not a pretty picture.
No, it's not. I, for one, am grateful for any circumstance that aligned your path to ours.
Wow, that's quite the compliment. Thanks for saying that, Helena. I'm grateful to be here too.
Garrigan Alden? Yep, sure is.
Merhome. I like it. It's accurate to the point, and yet it has some charm to it. Well chosen, my friend.
Yep. Thanks. Yeah, it sort of just came to me when we were standing around, trying to figure out what to call it.
Bolt of inspiration then. Have you considered taking up poetry? It might suit you. Why does this sound so loaded?
Are you sure?
Maybe. I think Corvin wants me to do it.
I'm sure he does. I'm sure he does. Be careful what you choose to share with him. Alden, I have the feeling it'll all end up in some book.
You think he wants to publish all our secrets?
I'm not sure can help it. Writing is in his blood. It comes as easily as thinking's for some. I'll never understand it.
That definitely would have come in handy back at the academy.
I often thought the same.
Really
You know, Alden, I'm sorry I ever doubted you. You've become a mage of impressive prowess in the span of it takes most to learn how to form their first spell. You should be very proud.
Huh?
You doubted me? I actually never knew that.
Then I'm embarrassed to admit it, but it's true. I'm not usually one to offer much advice, but let me say this. Never take someone else's doubt to mean that you ought to doubt yourself. Instead, see it as the opportunity to exploit an error in their judgment, or challenge to strengthen you. That's one thing I wish I'd heard long before I discovered it.
I'll try to remember that if I start doubting myself.
Very good. Hope you find it serves you well.
Alden just gets along with everyone, doesn't he?
Either way, that seems like an appropriate point to stop at. Yes. And yeah, we will first up exit the game. We'll go to the chatting screen. And whoop. There we go. So yeah, this will be it for the stream. Let me just yeah. This will be it for the stream. The extra stream, we'll be back with more tomorrow. I just want to progress through the game a little bit faster, given that we are like only this stream we went past the halfway point. So yeah, there will be the stream tomorrow, and on Sunday we will be playing Pokemon Legends Arceus. Potentially the last stream, potentially it'll still take two, depending on how long the stream will go. It also, like, a lot of it will depend, I'm worried I'm getting sick, and I don't want that, especially since I don't have any spots in the backlog, so yeah. You can also expect next week to be the same of like 3 streams of this game from Wednesday to Friday. Either way, that's gonna be it for the stream. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back tomorrow with more. Thanks for watching. Have a great decision night. See you again sometime. Until then, bye-bye, and thanks for stopping by. So yeah, bye. Oh yeah, I still have upload a VOD today. Because, you know, normally this is a VOD day. Or rather, publish.